Hello, hello. We are back at it again with some Trails Through Daybreak 2. Happy Friday. Hope y'all are having a good one. We got caught up. I was playing Fortnite for about the last hour. Ended up playing some games with Brando. We got pretty lucky. We got 2 victory royales in a row. And then yeah, I got a chance to try out that like Darth Vader thing too, which is really silly, by the way. Like, see, I was playing as Master Chief, and like the whole time he was like, you know, like, the dark side is strong with you, Master Chief. Like, this will lead us to victory and like shit like that. And it's like, huh. Game surely went in a direction I wouldn't have expected when I was like 7. But yeah, regardless of that, yeah, we are here. The infamous Act 3. From just about everyone I've heard, this act is maybe the weakest in all of Trails. I'm going to go in with a bit of an open mind. But you know, we'll see. We did a bit of grinding. For instance here, we have done 5 of floor 7. And got a couple people to level 50, primarily my main cast. Yeah, so you given some thought about what happened last Trails stream? S's betrayal would have been inevitable due to not being able to separate himself from the organization. Yeah, I mean, it did kind of feel like it came out of left field, because kind of all of Reverie and yeah, pretty much all of Reverie, because they get introduced in Reverie. It's kind of their story about breaking free from the garden. So like by the time of the end of Reverie, they're like kind of done with that whole shebang. And then, you know, with I guess the gardens coming back in a different way. In Daybreak 1 and 2, like that existed, but he kind of broke free from the organization that they were like primarily a part of, like their garden. Yeah, their garden. But yeah, kind of wild. I'm thinking there's 2 things that could have happened. He really does feel like, oh, that's atonement and shit, which is like kind of weird that he would disregard Nadia's feelings like that. So it's either that, or they might just like do an ass pull, like, oh, sorry man, I was brainwashed. And I feel like if it's a brainwashing scenario, I could totally see why people aren't fond of the direction maybe Act 3 might take. But, I mean, I hope that's not the case. Anyways, let's take a listen to that radio. What's the weather looking like out here in Edith?
And now for a weather update. Here are the latest forecasts for regions throughout the Republic. In stark contrast to last week's warmer weather, temperatures are predicted to drop dramatically over the next day or so. A snowslide advisory has been issued along the northern and eastern mountains, with light snow expected in and around Edith tomorrow. That's all the weather news we have.
Traffic.
Time for a traffic update around the Edith metropolitan area.
Yes, these are the most recent reports on the road, courtesy of the Calvard Roadway Information Center. With the opening of the Z1 Grand Prix, severe bottlenecks have slowed down all major roads leading to and from the Grand Circuit.
They're probably not going there.
We can expect even heavier congestion tomorrow, when the final race is scheduled to be held. Those driving are urged to be especially careful.
That's probably going to play a big part in Act 3, isn't it?
Thanks for the update. And now for the latest news from our news desk. Hope you're having a good one, listeners. Today's news briefing comes to us straight from the Tyrell Times. We have an update on the recent shocking announcement of a new collaborative film starring actresses Judith Lanster and Nina Fenley.
We almost watched that on the island.
Premiere screenings have already been confirmed for both of this year's film festivals, prompting a deluge of ticket reservations for either venue.
Cool. Alright, you know how it is. It's time for some reading. We're gonna buy a newspaper too. The latest Tyrell Times will be 100 Mira. If you're buying, hurry it up. Sheesh. Seeing your sour face makes me feel right at home. You picking a fight, brat. When are you gonna learn to keep your mouth shut? where'd Pinky and our friend run off to anyways? Bring them back, would ya? Yeah, I'm working on it, alright. Don't worry, we'll find them for sure.
Quit dawdling and buy something.
That's a nice candy. I could go for a caramel.
Stay out of trouble now.
Alright, issue 5. Investments in Cray Village show signs of success. Oh, they're rebuilding. Is that safe? Nuclear weapons and all? In November of last year, the majority of Cray Village's residents lost their lives in the worst act of terrorism in recorded history. In the wake of that tragedy, the military sealed off the remains of the village, refusing to permit even the families of the attack victims to enter for funeral purposes. Grim though the state of affairs in Cray may be, recent reports have shown a ray of hope upon the situation. As early as last year, multiple groups and businesses began collaborating to fundraise for Cray's sake, hoping to lay the spirits of the dead to rest and eventually rebuild the town. Recently, those efforts have hit the fundraising goal. Although the necessary funds have been gathered, the fundraising collective is expected to continue to actively work towards the rebuilding of Cray. Representatives of the joint film currently in production between Vegas Films and Calvard Pictures are also promised to donate a portion of the picture's profits towards the town and have recently reaffirmed their intent to honor that pledge. The majority of the mirror collected will be donated to the families of Cray residents, used to construct a monument to the victims of the attack. Fund efforts to restore the unique local industries that were lost along with the village and eventually contribute to the reconstruction of the village itself once the blockade has been lifted. It seems clear that the road to reconstruction will be a long one, but the prevailing sentiment among friends and family of the victims is one of hope. When the blockade is lifted, they believe Cray Village will be rebuilt and the wills of those who lost their lives will carry on. Do nuclear bombs have fallout durations that are way shorter than atom bombs? I only really know atom bombs because of history, and there isn't a. I don't think there is a historical use of a nuclear missile in modern times. Kind of just the two really bad ones, and then a lot of testing. Culture. Who will claim the Z1 Finals trophy? At long last, the final race of the Z1 Grand Prix is scheduled to take place tomorrow. Racing fans from far and wide will gather in the Grand Circuit to see who will become this year's reigning champion. The victor of last month's exhibition race was Maxim, with Aslan coming in second. We spoke with Aslan about the upcoming Grand Prix finals, and he had this to say. I spent the past few months training some more. But if not for the efforts on my mechanics, who had tuned my car to perfection time and time again, and the undying support from my fans, I would not be standing here today. I intend to live up to their expectations, so for the final race, I'm going to full throttle. Maxim, meanwhile, is equally determined to win this upcoming race. I have a 4th consecutive championship to win, and I will win it, no matter what it takes. Now more than ever, I've got people who believe in me, and I'm not about to let them down, he declared, with a bolstering confidence. The question on everyone's mind is, who will be crowned 1209 Z1 champion? Though the teams of the two favored racers, Etoile and Ingrid, tend to attract the most attention, it goes without saying that Red Star and Leno are as heavily invested in the race's outcome. Leno in particular, has suffered from poor showings in the past several Z1 Grand Prix races. Our team will be racing with the prestige of our whole company on its shoulders. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the aftermath of nuclear bombs lasts for a long time. It would last decades or centuries. But that depends on the type of radiation and amount released. Right. I forgot that there's different types of radiation and stuff. Well, considering it kind of only wiped out the one village, it probably wasn't a gigantic bomb. And maybe it was kind of a low yield payload of radiation. I don't know how that works. Politics. Young Republican Party Senator Ryan takes podium at debate. Okay, I think I remember Jeremy mentioned to remember Ryan. A political debate sponsored by the International Cooperative Organization NGO the political debate sponsored by the International Cooperative Organization NGO and scheduled to occur on the 22nd of this month has drawn attention to both the ruling and opposing parties of the Republic. The topic of the debate is the role the Republic plays in the international stage. It's likely the ICO's intent is to determine the position the Republic may take in the affairs of Zemuria as a whole. The current ruling party, the Patriot League, has already announced that President Graham Hart will participate in the debate. The opposing Republican Party, meanwhile, will be sending Ryan Connery, a young senator who has drawn considerable attention over the past several years. Although Senator Ryan is part of a minor faction within the Republican Party, his talents for planning and adaptability have led many members of the party, including former President Rocksmith, to place their hopes in him. Senator Ryan was kind enough to agree to an interview with us where, on the subject of the debate 2 days from now, he had this to say. Speaking as someone who can hardly be called part of the political mainstream, I must admit that being asked to debate the president was rather intimidating. That said, I have every intention of tackling the debate in good faith and arguing my case to the best of my abilities. My hope is both to present a case for how I believe the Republic should wield its influence in the political landscape of Zemuria, and also to press President Graham Hart regarding a number of aspects of his own vision for our nation. I believe that this debate is about more than just matters of international policy. It concerns the very future of the Republic itself, and I intend to treat it accordingly. Yeah, Chernobyl is still a hazard, but that's due to the radiation having seeped into the ground and water. That's why it's still a forbidden place to visit. Yeah. Its concerns are, yeah. Although a member of the Republican Party, Senator Ryan is clearly a man with his own unique set of deeply held convictions. The question is, what impact will those convictions have upon the political landscape of the Republic he steps forward onto on his largest stage yet? And then an opinion piece. Who's this written by? Do we have like an author? The history of the white clove, symbol of the Republic. As we approach the halfway point of March, the white cloves have once again begun to bloom all over the Republic, as they do every year, and we can expect them to be in full bloom by the end of the month. They are a symbol of spring in our nation for a good reason. The flower of the white clove, however, are more than just a sign of the changing seasons. They symbolize a great many things for Calvard, and it is that symbolic value which led to the white clove to be selected as our national flower. In this column, I hope to explain to you some of the cultural and historical factors that make the white clove so significant. To start, while the white clove is a common sight throughout the Republic, the capital in particular, it is an endemic species that grows virtually nowhere else throughout Zemuria. Moreover, it's a flower that's been beloved by the people of Calvard since far back in our nation's history. The Republic's national anthem is even tied "Swear on the White Cloves," demonstrating just how integral a symbol of our nation they truly are. Cloves themselves trace their origin to the continent's southeastern tropics and were not initially present in the midwestern region that Calvard came to occupy. That said, due to the high demand for them as a spice during the monarchy era, they were often imported from the old Eastern Empire. It was during that period that, seemingly miraculously, cloves took root in Calvard's soil despite the local environment being entirely unlike that of their native land. Those cloves soon adapted to local conditions, and so the white clove, a subspecies unique to Calvard, was born. I could see the clove being like a symbol for like the immigrant story here too. The white clove's beauty and their presence throughout the land were what led its flowers to be beloved by the royalty and adopted as a symbol of the Old Kingdom. Over the course of the Calvardian Revolution, however, the flower took on a new symbolic meaning. In the modern era, the white clove represents peace and harmony through diversity. After all, the white clove is a plant from the southeast that miraculously took root in the west, changing the color of its blossoms to live in harmony with its new environment. As a result, many people have taken to viewing the white clove as being much like the many people of varying ethnicities who coexist within our nation. I mean, easy read. Get me to write a column. The white clove, symbol of the Calvard Republic, is more than just a lyric and a motif. It's a symbol of the ideals that drive us forward into the modern era together. Okay, no advertisement in that newspaper. Kinda good for us. Yeah, I neglected to mention in the title today, but I am absolutely like 100% positive we're gonna be fucking housekeeping for ages. This is gonna be another one of those like multi-stream, I fuck around and eat it. Like I might not even finish all of these by the time I'm done tonight. But we'll see. Robinson, how's the kid? I design residential buildings for a living. Some kid was devouring those same magazines at the store the other day.
Indeed.
Hawker was the one with the kid, right? I think he said he'd be home by tomorrow though. He made a promise, didn't he? Hope he doesn't break it. Right, he promised his kid. Oh, Edmund. This food's out of this world. You know, I don't think I ever expected food like this from Old Town. Mama Bistro, right? Man, I'll definitely be back. I'm glad he likes it. Hope we don't start getting crowds anytime soon.
Indeed.
We about to blow this place up on TikTok. On Instagram Reels. Montmartre Bistro is about to become an influencer heaven. What an impactful flavor. I'd eat this every day if I could. Talk about a hidden gem. Victor? Oh, Van, you heading out? Yeah, we're making a fresh start today. By the way, don't worry about Swin and Nadia, alright? They'll be back soon. I hope so. I'll leave their room as is for now. Just make sure you let those two know we're waiting for them. Roger that. Come on, let's go find some leads. Huh. That catcher kid's walking around like he's got a new lease on life. Well anyways, regarding those two substitute Spriggans of yours, I'll have you know I've never received a notice to vacate letter from either of them. So you go on and tell them they're free to come back whenever. Until rent's due. I heard about what happened on your trip. I'm glad to see you're doing better, Ketra. Make sure you take it easy, alright? Of course. Thank you, Paulette. We will do everything in our power to ensure he sees sufficient rest.
Oh, what would you like?
Piping hot potato gratin, please. Is there something that, like, boosts my attack?
Do your best out there, okay?
What's on the menu?
All those are out of battle. And I think we got a kitty cat story up on the roof, maybe? Etoile? It sounds like she's trying to tell us something. Actually, don't you think she looks a little down today? Oh, maybe something happened? There is something here. I can't tell what. It's downstairs. No, it's upstairs. I've never been in here. Oh, this must be Nadia and Swin's room. Oh, they had color matching beds. Swin and Nadia's room. This place was just sitting here after old man Bearguard left, so it only makes sense for them to use it. And now it's vacant once more. I truly hope Nadia isn't doing anything reckless. The girl locked herself in here for days after we came back. She barely ate anything either. Paulette was so worried. Whenever we called for her, she'd only respond half-heartedly, if at all. Actually, I'm not sure she's even heard us most of the time. It was almost as if she'd lost the will to live. Such was the extent of Miss Rain's shock. In a way, having a goal to spur her on means she's doing better now. Doesn't mean she ain't being reckless, though. All the more reason to find her soon. Right. The cat got NTR'd? Honestly, probably. We saw Etoile, like, building up some sort of, like, cat harem. Now he's, like, they're up there all alone on the roof. Could be. We could be on the cusp of a little kitty NTR.
Let's get out there and kick some butt.
Natalie doing the walk-in place, I see. There's a cat around here named Etoile. She's been acting a little strange lately. Could I be mistaking her for another? Etoile's never been too friendly with people, but she'd always been rather fond of me, at least. But nowadays, she seems to be a little on edge. I wonder if something happened in Kitty World. You know, now that I think about it, the other cats seem to be acting a little off too. I hope everything's alright. Oh, they could be detecting some sort of tragedy. What is it, like, animals got that, like, sixth sense to, like, tell that something bad's gonna happen?
What should I Would you prefer some flowers?
Raymond. Hey, Raymond, what brings you by? Oh, I was just in the area and thought I'd pop in. Man, Old Town never changes, does it? Yeah, everyone's been doing well. And of course, the same can be said about the flowers. By the way, aren't you attending an art school now? Yeah, that's right. I figured it'd be nice and try to pursue my dreams for a little while. Anyways, I'll let you know whenever I'm in the area again. Of course, I'll make sure to have plenty of sweets ready. Long time no see. I had an errand in the area, so I figured why not stop by. I mean, I did kind of want to see how everyone in Old Town's been doing too. Kind of miss how easy life was here. Hope Jess and Carol are doing alright. You know, I actually learned everything about flower care from Raymond. Unfortunately, I felt the need to leave the area for a bit, so it's nice to see him again. Maybe I'll study up a little on making some sweets for the next time he comes by. You know, me personally, I've kind of been like...
Will you stop by again sometime?
I've kind of been like whatever about flowers my whole life. I don't know. Like, they're pretty to look at, but I don't know if I'd want the responsibility of, like, you know, like, watering them and, like, taking care of them. Especially if I had, like, a lot. Like, maybe if I had, like, a vase or two. Like, sure, that's fine. But I feel like if I had, like, if I had to do gardening, I'd want to, like, garden with a purpose, you know what I mean? Like, I guess you could say, like, flowers do spawn maybe joy, and that is its own purpose. But, like, you know, like, I'd fuck up, like, I'd do some gardening for, like, herbs or, like, vegetables or, like, fruits and stuff. I don't know if I'd, like, grow, like, a rose garden or something. Black cat. Oh, what's up with this cat? I think it might be looking for something. Yeah, they took this cat away in the corner. Weird.
All right.
Neo Life Aid. That's just a really cheap Curia Balm. Yeah, before we pick up the 4 Spriggans, I'm gonna like walk around and talk with everyone. Or at least like read. I know it's gonna take a while to get through like all the NPCs, so. Well, we're definitely gonna take up that whole like cliff notes for a lot of these guys. But I do like Old Town. We keep up with Old Town pretty heavily. Spring may be a season for new encounters, but it is also a season for partings. Many find themselves having to say farewell to friends due to the change in grades or schools. However, you must not let yourself be overcome with sadness. The bonds between people are not so easily broken, after all. If fate deems it appropriate, you will surely be brought together once more. Okay. Alright everyone, good morning. Wait, where are the children? Don't tell me, have they all decided to play hooky? Oh my darlings, where did I go wrong? Kinda crazy to get to the podium and not realize there are no kids in the room. Was my teaching not engaging enough? But they seem so excited for my science classes. Don't tell me I need to come up with something even more sensational. Just what are kids even into nowadays? Italian brain rot. Actually, I don't even know if that's big anymore. Could be something new. There really are cats everywhere. Oh, I hadn't expected to see a cat up here. I wonder what it's doing. Kinda looks like it's searching for something. So both the black and white cat. One of the cats went missing?
Don't be such a stick in the mud.
Gotta take the trash out. All good, all good.
Nothing beats a peaceful life.
Well, that's amazing, Kisara. Yeah, you're really good at drawing. It's like you're a professional already. Oh yeah, your art's so pretty. We use the same colored pencils and all, but your drawings look totally different from mine. Can you draw some more, Kisara? Pretty please? Try doing my face. Yeah, mine too. Then I can show Papa and Mama just how good you are. Oh yeah, I want one. Hey, don't gang up on her like that. No, it's fine. I'll draw all of you, so just calm down. I was just doodling, really. Never meant to start any issues. You know, even that thing I drew at the bathhouse was all scribbles, but they still wanted to give me mirror for it. I mean, not to lick a gift horse in the mouth, but they were really forking out their money for nothing. Looks like the kids are getting along. Glad to see it. She had me a little worried at the start. Yeah, good to see Kisara adapting. Been staying at the repair shop for about 2 weeks now. Oh, screamer mode. My bad, my bad. Okay. Maybe I could do something about Rebecca. She'll spend hours and hours tinkering with something they completely forgot to eat. I know Chris has been busy teaching me about cooking and housework recently, but he's way too hands-off when it comes to his sister. The streets of Old Town may remind me of Northumbria, but the people can be more different. Everyone here's so happy-go-lucky all the time. Hard to believe they managed to survive this long. That's why I've been looking around for a job. Can't find anything that'll get me quick cash though. Maybe I'll sell a few of my drawings, like if it's even that, if it's ever that simple. Things are going too good for her. She fears that it's gonna go wrong. That's such a like tragic trauma response. My dad's taking me to see the Z1 finals tomorrow. Okay. He's getting home pretty late recently. You're good at drawing. It's like you're doing magic. Yume! I know you guys are glad, I'm glad you guys are back, but did Swin and Nadia really leave? Yeah, she told us she had a few things to take care of at home. I guess she doesn't know the truth yet. Yeah, but Yume's pretty smart. Let's hope we can bring him back before she puts the pieces together. Agreed. I'm sure we'll have no problem finding leads today. Wish I had skills like you. Y'all got class! What are you doing out here? Go get an education! Senator Huck, or whatever. Oh, would you look at that? I've often been praised for my discerning eye, you know, and this piece has positively blown my mind. Right? Looks so original. You think she was self-taught? Are you two talking about? We're talking about Kisara, of course. I asked her to do a mural for us the other day. And wow, I can barely find the words to describe it. It is a pretty good mural. That picture over there is her work? It's pretty impressive. It still looks a bit like a rough sketch in parts, but I think that only adds to the overall appeal. It's got a really strong aura to it, but in a good way, like a breath of fresh air. Isn't this by that one girl you met over in Messelton? Yeah, never expected to find her in Old Town though. But still, I'm glad to see she's doing well. Me too. I get the feeling she's still trying to figure things out. You know, even though I asked her to do this mural for us, there's no way I would have expected something like this. Maybe I should give her a bonus on top of what I already paid her. Well, she didn't seem to care too much for all our praise. We might want to find another way to show our appreciation.
Alrighty.
This kid must be some kind of genius. There's no way you can make something so grand on instinct alone. I'm sure she's got a bright future ahead of her. Well, as long as she's willing to take the right paths, of course. No more graffiti. I heard Kisara was pretty good at drawing, so I asked her to paint a little mural for the lobby. But I had no idea she'd come up with something this good. She can be kind of prickly though. I bet she must have some pretty powerful feelings bottled up inside. Maybe I should try and talk to her more often. We'd like a bath, please.
I hate getting sweaty, but I could get used to this.
The girlies.
I'm really working up a sweat.
That really hit the spot.
Come back anytime.
Don't be such a stick in the mud.
Alright, yeah, that's everything in Old Town before I pick up the Force Brigand. Kinda quicker than I expected.
Why don't we see?
Alright, Park Peru 2. God, I have no idea how to pronounce that. Perilu. We recently received reports of a dangerous monster in the area, Dirk Memorial Park, Southern Octo. Okay. You know, we like doing monster requests, that's like really fast. Maybe we just go and do that right now. We've been,
Time to depart.
getting stronger and stronger, you know? My ass is here to murder some monsters. Our level 50. I didn't spend the whole day fish. Oh, Kyle made it out here. Maybe I should bring Makuno and Shannon here sometime. They've really got an knack for fishing now. Not that I'm no slouch either. I need to make sure to hone my skills so I don't fall behind. Just you wait, I'm gonna catch the biggest fish those two have ever seen. Another dangerous monster showed up in this parts. If you don't mind taking care of it, I really appreciate it. I'll get someone to open the gate for you, thanks a bunch. Maxim? What's he doing at the park? Oh, well, if it isn't Arkwright Solutions. Maxim, guess I should have figured you'd be here. I mean, what with all the memories you and Paulette made in this place. Yeah, our relationship is actually why I'm here today. After we buried that time capsule together, I cheated on her. But tomorrow I'll be facing the biggest challenge I've ever seen since I've changed my ways. That's why I feel like if I can actually get myself to win this one, I'll be able to close that chapter of my life for good. Maxim. I know it might be a little selfish, but if I do win, I plan on dedicating my victory to both Paulette and Yume. That's also why I came here. Even if I can't do it in front of that big tree at the moment, I just wanted to make a vow to this place. A vow for victory. I see. I hope that that's a vow you'll be able to fulfill. We'll be rooting for you, Maxim, so get out there and show us what you're made of. Right, I'll give it my all. I plan to dedicate my victory to both Paulette and Yume. It'll be impossible for me to win if I'm too flippant about the race, though. That's why I decided to come to the park. It's quiet. Helps put me in the right headspace.
Well...
Do you really mean that?
Oh, they're filming something. Yo, she's got a gun! Oh, hey Agnes, how have you been? I've been doing well, thank you. Is Sigourney here to help with your movie? That's right, I wanted to film some kind of action scene, so I asked if she'd lend me a hand. The original plan was to do a shootout scene with Twin and Nadia, but maybe I could just try fighting a monster instead. What's with this kid? Well, as fun as that sounds, not this time, Sigourney. Anyways, I'm assuming Twin and Nadia had to go back to Rumferia for some reason. That's alright, we'll just film the rest when they get back. Yeah. Is something wrong? Oh, don't worry about me. It's nothing, really. Well, keep up the hard work, you guys. The shootout scene's gonna look amazing. Couldn't have done it without Sigourney. We should try and get some more good shots, though. An indie film, huh? Sounds like the story's all over the place. Yeah, or an action scene in the to just decide to do an action scene is a little weird. I haven't been actually told them what it's about either.
Indeed.
I don't have a problem with fighting monsters, but it feels kind of cruel to take a life just for the sake of a film. Yeah, it would be.
That's quite the show.
I have seen films in which animals have perished. Not easy to watch. Trying to remember. I think it was like I don't know if it was like a Hong Kong film. It was like Close Encounters or First Encounters of like the Dangerous Kind or like something like that. It was like a weird name. And it is a really good movie, but like I feel like it could have done without the opening scene. Because the opening scene, there's this one chick that's a little different, I'd say. And she's just lobotomizing mice. And you're actually seeing like for real the mice getting lobotomized, and it feels hella bad. But besides that, the movie's really good.
Let's get to work.
Don't forget about your charge attack! It should be safe for now.
Yeah, where's the monster? We don't need to spend our whole time here. But something I do know is we don't have a treasure hunter anymore.
Take the reins.
After I rearrange some of my quartz.
Activating maintenance mode.
I'll gladly take the
Activating
reins.
maintenance mode.
What do we need for a treasure hunt? What did you walk into? I was just talking about a movie that I watched a long time ago. Because one of the students was like, oh yeah, it feels bad to take a life if it's for a film. And then, yeah, it led into me talking about that movie. I always have a hard time remembering the name of it. It's like something Encounters of the, and not the alien one. Because I know there's like Close Encounters of the Third Kind. But it's not that. Alright, Mirage Wind.
If it's maintenance you need, modifying your orbment, are you?
I should just get that on Van. I could put that in Van pretty easy. We'll move that Impede 2 down.
Shard skills updated.
There we go. Yeah, see, good way to do that. There's one extra treasure chest here. But anyways, welcome back. If I can find the movie, I do recommend it. But maybe for your own sake, you can skip the first 5 or 10 minutes. It's kind of grim.
I detect treasure.
Like, the worst part about it is you do genuinely see, like, the side effects, you know? Like, it's, like, very instant. Like, she does it with a needle, and it's, like, not pretty. Like, without intent to kill, you know? Like, it is still alive. You're good with watching hentai. Fair. It's not for everyone. It was during my, like, experimental film days where I'd watch a bunch of, like, random shit. I fear some foes prowling around. We got this guy.
Use a shard boost to get the upper hand. Get
We actually got our reset so strong. It's insane what she can do now. actually rivaling Catcher now. Because that was one thing that did suck before, is like when I lost Catcher, I didn't really
This
have
would be
like
an ideal time to boost.
didn't really have a
Unleash your
great
full power.
caster.
Activating
Like Reset
drive.
was fine, but now she's like crazy.
Hit them where it hurt. Initiating drive.
Like her speed into the Aqua Boost Cataract Wave with like 0 cost practically.
One steal coming right up.
Here's my chance.
She can just do this like 20 times.
This is the Legion.
Activating skill.
Like Catcher still does more damage, but
One steal coming right up.
Here goes.
just the sheer fact that
Make it count.
Reset can do that so quick, like
Not
she's
getting away.
had 3 turns between this enemy.
Here's my chance.
Maybe 4.
One steal coming right up.
Now it's my turn.
Full boost.
Activating drop.
One steal coming right up.
Output initializing drive.
Full boost.
Keep it up.
I need to get Catcher to cast that quickly.
One steal coming right up.
Shine.
Reset. Full boost.
There. This is the Legion.
It has become my new Obsidian Array.
One steal coming right up.
I mean, effectively it is the Obsidian Array before Obsidian Array.
Full boost.
We're blasting away the monsters, very pressure washer-esque.
Well done, everyone.
Reward deposited.
Okay, and then I don't think we were able to come down here before. This is a new area.
Not this way.
Oh. Currently back on Genshin, I can say that the game feels sluggish compared to Wuwa and ZZZ. Oh yeah, I bet. Especially with Wuwa, because the Wuwa combat, from what I remember watching, was like really, really good. So like, I have to imagine at this point now, it's got to feel like, not dated, because it's not like it's an old game, but it's definitely like showing its like slower side now, probably. Alright, we'll work our way down. Riverside next.
I guess we're off.
It's kind of lonely without the two of them.
Even though they weren't here for long, we had really gotten used to having them around.
It'll be all right. As long as we're looking for the Garden Master, we'll run into them eventually.
Yeah. For right now, we just need to hit up all the places we can think of.
Which is pretty much all of Edith. The 2 fishing girls. Good to see you again, man. You know, after Shannon uploaded the rare fish she caught to social media, our follower count practically skyrocketed. We got loads of comments on the pictures too. I mean, we're even friends with someone in the Empire's Imperial Fishing Club now. It's almost like we're famous. The Imperial Fishing Club, huh? Yeah, they're so popular even people in the mainstream know their name. Anyways, I guess we're just going to keep uploading pictures of our latest catches from now on. We usually type up little fishing diaries to go along with them. People seem pretty interested in that part. Maybe our next post should talk about Shannon almost losing her lunch yesterday. Hey, come on now, don't share that. Oh, before I forget, here's some more supplies for you as usual. They keep giving us free fishing supplies. We will be anglers for life. I know you guys tend to be pretty busy, but maybe you'll get a chance for an angling break sometime soon. Thanks, we'll put it to good use.
Ooh, this looks like a good fishing spot.
New fish? There is new fish. We will be using the deluxe dumplings.
There. That's it.
Ha! Got myself a whopper.
There. That's it.
Ha!
Okay,
Got
rainbow
myself a
trout.
whopper.
We just need one more. Shit.
Very well.
Let's do this thing.
There. That's it.
Think I caught me a rare one.
A lot of good fish.
There. That's it.
Think I caught me a rare one.
Okay?
There.
Just need that third.
That's it.
Oh, on a separate note, I finished. Oh, damn, that's a big boy.
Got myself a whopper.
I finished Yeast 1. Started Yeast 2 today.
Come on in and eat.
Yeast 1 was pretty fun. I could totally tell, like, back then they didn't really care too much about, like, making a crazy story. It was very story light. Mammoth Island was pretty crazy. We caught a lot of rare fish, yep. And some stuff about what happened on Mammoth Island was in the news recently. We didn't talk about that on social media. How's that one couple, that not couple? The one girl who was like always working out and the guy on the bike. Oh, they're running together. Workout? They're working out together? I didn't think Lodi would have that much endurance. I guess boys really are stronger, and I thought I was finally in good shape too. Well, I mean, it's not like this man wasn't like biking around everywhere. Of course he's got endurance. I can't lose now. I don't want to be left behind. Running feels pretty good, actually. I only started because Selma seems so happy doing it, and honestly, I'm having a lot of fun. Well, maybe it's just because I'm running with a friend. This dense motherfucker! We will never see them together. And Primo's still like making weird food wrecks. Should have prioritized comfy, brothy types of taco. Brothy types of taco. Is she talking like birria? Oh, it sounds so good. You know how Odin's pretty standard fare for Eastern winters? Maybe we could do something like that. We can't put broth in our tacos, Primo. It wouldn't be a taco anymore. You can put it on the side. Like I don't know what it's called, like a consomme. Instead of making it warm and cozy, why don't you make it spicy? And if we really turn up the heat, we can add it to our menu full time. Okay. Spices might be the way to go. Fusion food's all the rage.
My stuff can't be beat.
A tofu taco. Well, is Mappo tofu or is Mappo like a spice? Because I know Mappo tofu. Ultra spicy Mappo taco. An extra large sirloin taco. Oh, damage up. We'll buy a couple. We'll buy 15.
I'll be waiting for you.
I just wish there was something a little less strange. Okay.
Nowhere better in Riverside than here.
And then the two idol girlies. Been a while. Heard you're doing good as a chansonnier. Saw you performing your idol act. She's being mean. First of all, you need to do something about your audience turnout. Did you even advertise it was a free concert? Everybody knows uploading pictures to Orbelnet's the fastest way to gain popularity. I may have left the idol world, but that doesn't mean I no longer have pride in the work. Meet your new manager with you. Well, not that you had one in the first place. She wants to be a manager for them. I didn't quit being a chansonnier, so calm down. Oh, okay, that's good. A little bit of tough love, but we've seen it in like Yakuza 5. I was actually in an idol unit with Sailor, couldn't figure out how to sell those, so we ended up disbanding. Wasn't expecting, might actually have a good chance for us. Time to plan the next performance. Good for them.
Oh, it's actually warm out.
Hope you're having a good one, listeners.
One of the Blue Bloods. What do you guys want? I'm here for some personal business. I used to be able to get parts directly from the Etoile factory, but now? Well, I guess the shop isn't too bad either. I have some options this way too. Seems like he's changed since we last met. Doesn't seem like he'll be getting over his car anytime soon, though. Well, I'll make sure to put some real elbow grease in. Elbow grease in.
Can I help you?
Winged helmet.
Come again.
We're buying every present. The kids. Fairy, you're back. Climbing trees, energetic as ever. Just stay safe. Why don't we play grown-ups today? Where'd Rooney go? Usually like climbing trees, but playing grown-up sounds fine. There'll be a celery man. Love that.
Praise be.
Not particular on celery though. Something like that to happen again seems it's only gotten worse lately. Sounds like something's troubling him. Don't think he's all that eager to talk about it. Let's keep it in our mind for later. Oh, it must be a request. Hope for many years that we could achieve peace through mutual understanding of one another's cultures, and I'm fully aware this is not a feat that can be achieved overnight. However, we mustn't allow that to stop us. It'll only take one day at a time, one person at a time. Speaking of celery, I don't know if I've talked about trying almond butter, but I bought this big old jar of almond butter from Costco. I don't know if I really like it compared to peanut butter. It's kind of, it needs a little more sweetness. It feels very, like, oily, but, like, not much else. Maybe I just need to, like, get used to the taste. It's kind of like when I tried to start substituting my, like, regular milk for, I think it was oat milk. I never really did get used to it. That's a wonderful plan, Rooney. I just wanted to make a place for us kids after all. Oh. He's setting up like a club? If you like any help setting up, please let me know. I've heard from the chapel in Old Town's been doing something similar. They're setting up a little club out here. Is that Fairy? It's a long time. Did you only just get back? Simply happy to see your smiling face again. Cool. Rooney mentioned he'd like to have a discussion with the other kids soon. I don't think I've ever seen a child so kind and ambitious. I've been talking with Mother Kira about how to get some of the kids more interested in their schoolwork. She gave the go-ahead. Cool. Good for them. Alright, all that's left is Bermatius. Marielle, didn't know you were here. Oh, hey guys. We were just in the middle of a little note-sharing lesson. Did you come by to check in on that Nadia situation you called me about? Among other things, yeah. Right now, we're just looking for a place to start. It's kind of silly to me that we just really got this band of goons here. Feels like a lot of people that just like wander in, like just walking in with like 7 guys. I guess that's kind of normal though. 7 feels like a good number. Any more might be too much, but I've like walked into places with like 7 friends before. Yeah, now that I think about it, most of the time it's about like this many. Ramani caught me up on that. I can't believe she would just run off on you. Well, this many when everyone decides to show up. Show up and out. So you got any updates for us? I've been prodding and probing, but nothing caught my eye just yet. Nadia always spoke highly of your skills as an informant, so I was thinking she might have stopped by to see you. I was the one who introduced those two to Bramati in the first place. He's also the first person I asked to look into Swin. If Bramati had heard anything, he would have tipped me off by now. Nadia probably saw no point in coming here knowing that. If only I had picked up on that boy's trail, maybe then we could have avoided this. There was no helping it. Even the guild's information network came up empty-handed. I haven't had much luck with the Garden Master and the Oathbreaker either. Ever since that mess on Nemeth Island, it's as if they dropped off the face of the continent. Even the dark red beast that terrorized the capital is cycling out of the gossip mill. That's been bothering me too. It's the whole reason I came here. Esseltham, Longport, Nemeth Island. We've had nothing but incidents back to back to back, yet almost none of it's being broadcast. You mean to say it isn't a matter of the press being restricted? Obviously, there are parts of those events we can't report on. That much is par for the course. But the media's response seems to be more along the lines of them not being newsworthy enough. It's like the whole nation is in a peace mode, the complete opposite of how tense it was when Almada was lurking in the shadows. Dantes and the rest of the crew made it a point to spread fear however they could. This Garden Master, on the other hand, is worlds apart from them, both in motive and in methods. That actually makes him creepier somehow. I just hope this doesn't turn into one of those too little too late type deals. He almost certainly has a plot in the works, and yet we can't find so much as a single lead. We'll keep poking around. If I turn anything up, you'll be the first to know. I'll see what I can get out of my publisher contacts too. Much appreciated. Thinking I might turn on my window fan. It's kind of like warm in my room. Let me see if that picks up on the mic too hard. I think I've done it a couple times before. Like the last time I was pleasantly surprised that I didn't like pick up too hard. If anything, I might just like cut out my like voice a little bit, but I think if I just get closer to the mic, my audio will be fine. Let me bring my mic down. Only problem with like bringing my mic down, and I've talked about this, it ends up like blocking a portion of my screen. Which I guess isn't a big deal, but feels kinda bad, you know? I want to be able to see my whole monitor sometimes. And when I have the mic right here, like, actually I might bring it even a little lower. It's like 50% of my screen is like obscured. Like, in order for us to see, I may have to like shrimp. Worst come to worst though, like I can still just like refer to my mini map that's like right in view. Alright, Bermati.
Order whatever you like.
Crimson Heart, sure.
Aww, leaving.
I wonder what Dingo would do. He'd probably be a few steps ahead of everyone else. Not to mention how much more he'd be working with Van. Marielle. Well, you're certainly not wrong. He'd likely show up to my bar with that broody look on his face, spouting info that even my networks couldn't find. But no matter how composed he may have seemed, Dingo was still just as human as you and I. He was only really good at hiding all the effort he put in. But I know you've been putting in the hours too. Bermati. Believe in yourself, Marielle. Keep pushing yourself forward. Maybe your methods are a little different, but I'm sure you're doing right by him all the same. Thank you, Bermati. You know you're right. You're right. The truth can't hide from me forever. Well, she's certainly been more dependable recently, but she's got a long way to go. I mean, I still remember when she was drinking herself into a coma. After what happened on Nemeth Island, I noticed someone's been starting to make moves behind the scenes. I'm trying to look into it. I'll try not to worry too much. I'll let you know as soon as I find something. Actually, there was another job I was taking care of. At the same time. I don't think that'll be the last we see of it. Especially not after Nemeth Island. Well, I may not be able to do very much, but I can at least make sure nobody gets hurt. Yeah, AC running it actually feels kind of nice now. It was getting a little stuffy in here. Coconut publishing under the male pen name, trying to hide your identity. Wasn't totally intentional. I planned on revealing the truth in a gag comic, even took the whole reveal into consideration. Then out the window went that idea. Your comic has a pretty strong fan base, so as long as you're willing, I imagine we could set one up for you. This is gonna be great. Get revealed. Why did I feel like we're talking about two different things? He's so serious all of a sudden too. This is a chance of a lifetime. I gotta make sure everything's perfect. We will be seeing that fan meetup. Okay. I think that's all of Riverside. Next up station.
Let's do this.
Yeah, I feel like I've just been playing a lot of like random games lately. I've been looking for something to kind of just brain rot. And so far that's kind of been Ys. But
let's see. I need to buy
I would like something more like RPG centric. Like, was kind of thinking about finally giving like, well, not finally giving a try because I've played it a couple times, but I've never really like sat down and finished it. Knights of the Old Republic. Would I be interested in an H game? If it's good. If it's like kind of like gameplay centric and I can just kind of like chill. Though I guess saying Knights of the Old Republic isn't really that kind of game. I would probably have to follow along with the narrative and like the companions and stuff. Yeah, I was low-key thinking about getting back into like Elder Scrolls Online or like, I don't know, like Fallout 76 or maybe even like Diablo 4. I don't know. Just something where like I'll play it and not really think about it too much. Okay, I need to satisfy this curiosity for myself. I'm gonna look at my stream. Minecraft. We did have a big Minecraft arc a couple weeks back. Jump into my stream real quick. So it always looks slightly choppy in OBS. So I do kind of wonder if it's choppy too on stream or if it's just OBS. It's just OBS. Okay, that is awesome to know. Yeah, Minecraft was a good one for that though. Minecraft, maybe like maybe I finally go and give like Terraria a real solid try. I've always been put off by Terraria though, because it seems like such a Wikipedia type game, if you know what I mean. Like those types of games where you can't play without like having a fucking like wiki page open on the right side to like follow like a tech progression or like what to do next. But maybe I just like raw dog Terraria and see what happens. If I work hard enough, they'll have no choice but to leave the business trips to me. I do anything for a vacation. Oh, you know what? There has been this one game that kind of looked interesting to me that I think came out today. It's like Fall of Avalon something or other. It's supposed to be like an Oblivion type, like Elder Scrolls, but like by like an independent studio, which looked kind of cool. So I wanted to give that a try, but not really in the budget right now. But mine is alright, having to go in London classes lately. She'd cry and clean me out for hours, but she's been rather calm about it the past few days. Kids get used to things. She's not retreating into herself, is she? I just want to make sure she's adjusting well. How about the officer? More and more people walking around with their heads in their phones lately. We're going to start seeing all sorts of accidents soon. Yeah, I recently put on my Steam wishlist though. It looked kind of cool. Never thought I'd have to travel so much to find the job. Yesterday, for example, to apply to only 2 companies, I traveled for 4 hours by bus, then walked for another 6. What the hell? Walking for 6 hours? Does it usually take so long to get to places in Edith, or maybe it's just me? Car Society. Damn. For them not to have a closer bus stop, I feel like maybe he fucked up. Fall of Avalon sounds familiar. Yeah, it's let me get the actual name. It is called Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon. Yeah. Been hearing a lot of good things about it lately. I guess it just got out of like early access or something. Or I'm not sure exactly how it works, but it came out on... It might have actually just full came out. Oh, you have the game. Oh, neat. Guess you just got her ticket for the Z1 finals tomorrow. I'm stoked. I couldn't have done it without you, Kopika. Seriously, I'm so grateful. Something about sexy racers. I heard we'll be able to make net reservations for all kinds of things soon.
Rightfully ours. The saga of Ravana, the return of the king.
Yeah. Reserving online is really nice.
Maybe I should pick up a souvenir or two.
Yeah, I might end up picking it up like, maybe next week or something. Been seeing Beth around quite often lately, but I have a feeling she's avoiding me.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
What can I get for you
If
today?
you need fresh vegetables and ingredients that are directly sourced from farmers, look no further than Holden
come back
Groceries.
Ever since the whole mess in Longport, can't say I feel more
We
rested
invite
though. What have you
everyone
been
to
doing
come
up
and see for
lately?
yourselves.
We just asked how you're feeling after that match we had. Oh right, yeah, we had that fight with them in Longport. I guess you could say it lifted a weight off my shoulders. After meeting Gal along and seeing how much my sister's grown, really helped put things in perspective for me. But you're still not convinced about going back to the Gekka school, right? It's not completely out of the question. I don't plan on giving up on the pharmacy anytime soon. Chase your bliss.
Thank you for visiting the Weston Department Store.
What's going to happen with the Gekka school? Will it change with the times or stay the same?
Our stores have a
Everything
wide variety
changes.
of fine goods for sale.
Let me know
If it
you
doesn't
need
change, it
anything at all.
dies.
We hope you enjoy shopping with us.
Oh, another really, really good food. I will buy a ton of these.
Please come
Yeah,
back.
I'll be honest, I don't
anytime.
remember when I got the game or if I played it. Yeah, I don't know if it's been out for a really long time or something. It might have been like a early access type thing for a while.
Thank you for visiting the Weston Department Store.
If you need something custom made, I got you covered.
Okay,
Our
here we go.
stores have a wide variety of fine goods for sale.
A lot of people's weapons here now. We can get stronger.
We hope you enjoy shopping with us.
The Marian Garden only had so much for us. Here, let's make sure everyone's got the right abilities on.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. On the roof of this building, you will find a rest area surrounded by greenery. Should you need a break from your shopping, you are more than welcome to relax there.
Damn, 850 from 805? This is super important to have. Yeah, looking on Steam, last time you played was September 19th of 2 years ago. Okay, so it's been cooking for a little while then.
You better take good care of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
Where are you, Substitute Spriggans? We've been on the lookout. You'll probably be seeing us
On
around
the roof
more.
of this building, you will find a rest area
I really started
surrounded
liking
by
Toon and
greenery.
Nadia. Make sure to bring him back.
If you need something custom made,
Should you
I
need a
got
break
you
from your
covered.
shopping, you are more than welcome to relax there.
I'll get more good stuff in stock soon.
It doesn't seem like very much has been going on lately, but it still feels like the calm before the storm. Yep, it sure is gonna get really bad. As Trails games tend to be.
Ladies
Welcome.
and
Thank you
gentlemen,
for coming.
your attention please.
Huh. Yeah, don't want any of that.
If you need fresh vegetables and ingredients
Really, I have a
that are
crocodile
directly
wallet though,
sourced
do
from
I?
farmers, look no further
No, I bought
than
that
Holden
already.
Groceries.
Please stop by again.
Well,
We invite everyone to come and see for yourselves.
Wow, we're so high up.
Oh, big show. Kart racing?
Wow, those guys are so cool. What would you like? Please stop by again sometime.
We're holding an RC car competition today. It's all thanks to Mr. Johan's connections in Basel. Really pumped up about these things? Yes, these kids must be really into cars. They don't want the kids to be as poor as they are. How much do you think these things go for? Want to split the cost with me? Aren't you broke, Downey? Oof. I thought there were toys at first, but now I want one. Can't believe the Weston Department Store's holding an event like this. Yeah, all the racer heads are here. Seems like a lot of fun. It didn't exist when we were kids, but now there's all kinds of competition for them. Didn't want to step in on the kids' fun though. We should probably just watch. They're not trying to pull like a Kiryu. A fucking like rolling up into the like RC car, or what are they called again? Ah, what were they called again? I mean, they were like the little car pocket circuit. They're not trying to do a fucking Kiryu pocket circuit and like stunts on some 7-year-olds. Respect. We can get in the way? Ah, but we can't hit the cars. Oh, where did they get like a whole cutscene? Well, it's been some time, Mark cried, since that incident last year, if I'm remembering correctly. Oh, this might be a Force Brigand that we inadvertently walked into. I'm assuming you checked the bulletin board. You're the editor-in-chief of Meld Magazine, right? Cunning? Fancy running into you here. You got a request for me? No, I don't. That would be him. I figured this kind of thing would be right up your alley, so I decided to set up a little meeting for you two. Let me guess, we're meeting here because you don't want anyone to listen in on whatever shady business you got going on. Well, since this is a direct referral and all, I guess I don't mind hearing you out. Thank you. I'm Conrad, a personnel placement specialist. To put simply, I help foreign migrant workers find jobs. However, we've encountered a problem recently that I wanted to consult with you about. Personnel placement? What exactly would you need our help with? I'm not so sure about this one, guys. Migrant workers tend to get caught up in a lot of not-so-honest work. They get a bad rap for a reason. Believe me, I understand the reputation they have better than anyone else. But there can be a lot of red tape in the paperwork. If they want to feed their families, most have no choice but to resort to criminal means. People like that are who make up a majority of my client base. Migrants unable to obtain proper work visas. In other words, migrants who have no legal right to work in this country. I've seen firsthand the problems immigrants can face. It's not pleasant. Well, if they're Eastern, you can bet Hayway will take care of them. But I guess the others don't really got a lot of options. Exactly. So my job is to introduce those people to someone who can provide them work. Then I get a finder's fee from the employer. And maybe it's not my place to say, but I believe that it's a better outcome than them starving in the streets while they wait for their papers. Well, when you put it like that. I understand you're apprehensive. I'm sure you know a lot of people like him who use their job to exploit foreigners. It's just, well, Conrad here knows where to draw the line. Though I suppose he has sent a few people to handle some seriously dreadful menial labor. But trust me when I say he neither introduces them to illegal work nor takes cuts of their pay. I guess that's as much of an assurance as we can get. Go ahead and give us the details then. Mind telling me what's going on with these workers? There have been a few cases where the people that I introduced to work just disappear. It's been a pretty big topic of concern in my line of work, though nobody's been able to make heads or tails of it. Honestly, if this keeps up, I'm worried suspicion will start to fall on both me and my colleagues. Yeah, you're right. You'd be suspect number one in no time. So what, you want us to figure out what's going on so they don't start pinning the disappearances on you guys? If you could, yes. Does that sound like something you could do? That sounds pretty dicey, yeah, of course. Missing people sounds bad. Alright, seems like a pretty cut and dry issue. Plus, we can't exactly say no to a referral from the editor-in-chief. Yeah, I'm also pretty worried about the safety of these workers. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so relieved. I just can't get a good night's sleep knowing what could be happening to those poor people. Here, I thought you were more worried about saving your own ass. Well, I've been doing this work for a while. Here's some pretty grueling stories about the lives immigrants lead. You'd have to have a heart of stone to not sympathize with them. Well, if that's how you feel, maybe I don't have as many reservations about this job as I thought. I agree. The lives of those migrant workers truly are in jeopardy. I see no issue in taking on this request. Do you mind going over the details once more? I can't thank you enough. I've been a bit hesitant to consult the police or the bracers, so this is a huge weight off my shoulders. Well, looks like things are finally going your way, Conrad. I'm glad I was here to introduce you all. Anyhow, I'm a busy man, so I'll be heading off now. Feel free to decide what to do amongst yourselves. Guy's a real piece of work. I'm sure we'll be just fine without him. More importantly, why don't you fill us in on some of the more specifics? Were there any similarities between the workers that went missing? Yes, they seem to be primarily migrants from the north of Zemuria. Ambria? I haven't heard anything about people from the eastern or central east going missing. Huh, even white foreigners come here for work? They do, yes. After all, there is a fair number of underdeveloped regions in the north. Along with those from North Ambria, the Republic also receives immigrants from the outlying areas around the Free Cities as well. Yeah, I used to hear all sorts of stories about the tribes up there. Strange that they've been made a target, though. We're gonna need to do some digging, particularly into the workers' backgrounds. I'm glad you share my concern. However, I believe it's best if I leave the rest to you. I'll be in the area for a while, so if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. So, what do you want to do first? We don't exactly have much to go on. We need to find people who are familiar with not only migrant workers, but specifically those from North Zemuria. Now that I think about it, I've heard that one subcontracting factory employs a load of them. Bet we could probably talk some of their business partners into spilling a few dirty secrets. Exactly. The workers themselves would likely be on guard if we were to ask directly. Investigating the periphery is definitely the better strategy. Alright then, let's hit up Bradley's first. Given all the parts he has to order, I'm sure he's got some connections with people in subcontracting. Not only that, but he's the kind to pay attention to the small stuff. He might just have some pretty good leads. Who do you think we should ask about the migrants? Gabriella used to work with the Northern Jaegers, right? Maybe she'll know something. No, her roots went a little too deep in the underworld. We should try talking to some of the more lawful immigrant populations first. In that case, we should focus on places where people from the north are most likely to gather. Come to think of it, aren't the people who run Old Town's bathhouse from Rimferia? Nice job, Agnes. It's usually pretty easy to miss something right under your nose. Well, it was more of an epiphany than anything. That being said, I think they've become naturalized citizens quite a while ago. Do you think they still know what's going on in their migrant community? I think it's worth a shot. After all, northern folks take their saunas pretty seriously. Even if they don't have direct connections anymore, it's likely that Laguna still serves as a central hub. And I suppose it's settled. We'll be heading to Bradley Maintenance and Laguna Bathhouse.
You have my support, Mr. Arkwright.
I'll leave the investigating to you. I'm just worried about what happened to them. Cool. We love to inadvertently run into our Spriggan requests.
Vegetables and ingredients that are directly sourced from farmers.
I have this feeling isn't going to be easy. Focus on decking myself out so I could attract the husband. Marguerite says I'm doing it wrong, then I'm doing it wrong.
We invite everyone to come and see for yourselves.
Finding a wealthy husband was the key to a happy life. I was trying to figure out how she pulled it off. She actually likes her husband far more than just her money, or his money. Develop some hobbies. Oh, I completely missed the bracers here. Should I change my weapon? No, then I'd have to start my training all over again.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Alvis, are you listening?
attention,
We still have to get to our next request. Yeah, I heard you. Just give me a second, okay?
Vegetables and ingredients that are
What could he possibly
directly
thinking
sourced
so
from
hard about?
farmers. Look no further than Holden Groceries.
Oh, Elaine, I heard about what happened over on Nemeth Island. The remnants of the
invite
BJ cults and
everyone
the
to come
fourth
and see for
Anguis of the
yourselves.
society. Can't even imagine how crazy that must have been. At least we managed to make it all work out in the end. Although I'm sure that's not the last we'll see of them. Make sure you both remain on your guard. Understood. We should be able to give you more of a hand next time. You're putting the cart before the horse, don't you think? Well, anyways, we'll be sure to keep an eye out. Be safe, you two. How long does Alvis mean to keep me waiting? I heard those two substitute Spriggans of yours went missing.
Ladies
I'll help
and
look into it when I have the time.
Your attention, please.
I'd only slow them down if I went. Probably best to
If you
focus
need
on the jobs in
fresh
front of me for
vegetables
now.
and ingredients that are directly sourced from farmers. Look no further than Holden
Okay.
Groceries.
I want to get out of this supermarket. We're tired of the intercom. We would not survive in retail. Well, we did survive in retail, but we didn't have like an intercom like going off all the time.
I think I'll give it a try.
You can always count on the braces.
How's Lashkar doing? You getting rehabilitated, kid? Sorry you guys had to deal with my mess. I've been doing better with the guild's help, though. Well, anyways, these are some vegetables I got from work. Please take them. And make sure you tell Mrs. Zinn I said thanks, too. Lashkar came by again to apologize. He acts like it's a duty he needs to fulfill. At least the drug seems to have worn off. But feelings are a little more difficult to get rid of, huh? Both the good and the bad. Well, as long as Lashkar can find a good way of coping with them, I'm sure he won't have any more problems moving forward. I'm glad to see Lashkar's doing better. You know, after I confessed to everything, they sent me to HQ over in Lamont State. They had me under reevaluation just to make sure I was still worthy of becoming a bracer. But until those results come out, they've put some restrictions on me. Honestly, I'm a little ashamed about it all, but I understand the precautions. Plus, having Lashkar come by just to see me feels like a little reward in itself.
Indeed.
Lashkar always wanted to be a bracer. He even helped out around the guild for a while. After what happened a couple of weeks ago, well, I'm just glad to see him back on his feet again. I hope we'll be seeing plenty more of him at the guild from now on. Let's steal some contracts.
I'm playing in a theater near you. Take wing and soar above the court and blaze a trail for...
I can handle any maintenance.
No new plugins. No new drivers. No new courts.
Hope to see you again.
Elon has been immersed in his new business venture. Something about mobile payments. Oh. Sounds like it'd be quite a complex system. Wonder if you'll have enough time to work for Ryota during development. Mobile payments using the T-phone. It sounds so futuristic. They got Apple Pay in Zemuria? Understand why Carlo's so worried. Ilhan's departure will be definitely less than ideal. Ilhan's development plans will keep Ryota up and running.
Always happy to visit my favorite Orbital Cafe.
Well, it's a little too wild in my shopping, but the scenery from the observation deck was so magnificent. If I'm remembering correctly, you seem rather intent on watching that one idol performance, Anna Liberal Boutique. Simply glad you were able to find something that caught your interest. Seems Markley never stopped wearing his heart on his sleeve. I suppose we've been around the capital for a while now. Hardly surprised he's taken in by its charms. They're getting used to the city. How about Ilhan? Looks like the payment system's up and running. Now I should be able to send this to the bank with no issue. Started a new venture project recently. It's a service for mobile payments. Everything's been moving along rather smoothly. The entire process has been interesting beyond measure. I should start paying more attention to what's in front of me. You know, I never really thought about it, but oh, Ren, I haven't seen too many like payments happen in real time in Trails, right? Like, is Van really just wandering around with 376,000 Mira just like jingling in his pocket, or do they got like debit cards? Like, did we skip a step straight to mobile payments? System that replaces physical mirror. As long as you have your T-phone on you, there's no need to carry a wallet around. If I actually manage to get this up and running, it's sure to be a success. Okay, physical mirror.
What can I get for you?
So they didn't mention like a credit card or a debit card or something.
Very well.
Satisfaction.
So it actually is. We are just running around with like billions of mirror in our pocket. I think I'm almost done with this report for the seminar. Seminar mentioned Blue Archive. I should prioritize writing my essay for the competition. In order to foster a diverse range of scholarships, the Basel Institute of Science holds an annual essay writing competition for everyone to join. Theme changes every year, okay. knowledge I've gained academically, the practices I've encountered, I hope to put it all to good use. Big money. Alright, Ren, it's in your hands now. Of course, let me see if any of my contacts are available.
You two sure seem busy. Talking over festival business?
Well, since Sasha's here, I assume it has something to do with the sports club. I kind of figured you would already heard the news. You see, the vendors we use for the festival every year told us he wouldn't be able to get us the supplies we needed in time. So not only do we have to find a new vendor, but we have to do it by the end of today. Otherwise, nothing will be ready for the festival. Josette! Can we call Josette? Capua Delivery Service on the run?
Sounds like you're in a pretty tight spot. And with the festival only a month away, huh? Makes sense that you'd run Ren for help.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be on a do not disturb mode for a while. Sorry, I'd like to help you guys out, but...
Don't even worry about it. Arkwright Solutions can handle it from here.
That's right, we'll do everything we can to bring them back. I'll be counting on you, Agnes. I should have this job finished by tonight, and that should give me a few hours to go over everything.
Thanks for all your help, Ren.
We'll let you get back to it. We took the glasses off of her. Where you two are gonna run yourselves ragged someday? Body needs rest. Okay. Are we done here in Station Street? Seems like we can go back to Riverside and Old Town. I think that's for the Spriggan request that we picked up. What about, yeah, we might as well just do that. We'll start back in Old Town again.
I guess we're off.
Go to the Hot Spring Laguna. Check in with the northern immigrants, see if they got any info on those missing guys.
Let me ask you something.
You want to know about the immigrants from North Zemuria? You're right, we do see our fair share around here. Our family is from Empharia, but we share our culture with people all over the north. In particular, we get a lot of North Ambrian immigrants who like to stop by. They usually come in to talk with my grandma and my grandpa about all their problems. I think maybe it's the workers complaining about their day.
Bingo. Still, picking up on stuff like that is pretty impressive. Tell me, have you heard anything strange lately about those workers you mentioned?
Well, I guess it's not really new, but there's been some talk about them being dissatisfied with the way things are with the way they're being treated. Dissatisfied with the way they're being treated? Are they being discriminated against? I think it's a little different. I mean, even though they're immigrants, they still look pretty much like everyone else in Calvard, right? Compared to other immigrants, the ones from up north don't really stand out that much. That's true. Even immigrant advocates movements tend to focus on those from the East or Central East. I'm sure it's because psychological differences are more easily identifiable. But if that idea starts making the rounds, it's not hard to imagine why northern migrants would be treated less favorably. And it's hard to garner sympathy for them when they look just like the majority of Calvard's population.
So they feel like they're being left out, is that it? Even though they're dealing with similar problems, it's harder for them to gain the same amount of sympathy. I can see how that might make you feel a bit trapped. Wouldn't be surprised if someone was able to use that to their advantage.
Forget the name of the guy. That, like, white supremacist, character. Was it, like, Jacobin or something like that? He could be doing something here. Creating some sort of immigrant fight. Some culture war, as it were. Get them beefing with each other. Yeah, but I haven't heard a thing about anyone being swindled.
So she's got to you already, huh? I might just have some useful gossip for you all. You heard something?
You better not be pulling their tail.
Well, it's only something that came down the grapevine. There's been talk of someone who can pull foreign workers from the mire of their jobs. Interesting. Can you tell us more? You see, I've been looking into investment trends for social welfare services recently. While I was doing some research, I heard something about a non-profit organization that struck me as a tad peculiar.
An NPO?
Yes, it was only recently created too. They say they're a group that provides employment support for immigrant groups. It appears they've been luring in migrants who already have jobs with promises of both better pay and working conditions. All it takes is one question. Are you really happy with where you are right now?
But they're asking them to quit?
Sounds like they must be pretty convincing. I've never heard of an MPO asking people to quit their jobs though.
I
they don't seem to be finding new jobs for the ones that quit either. In my opinion, it's all rather irresponsible of them. The least they could do is help them get back on their feet.
I agree. No matter how prosperous the Republic is now, there's no guarantee that they'll be able to find another stable income so easily. Especially for those who don't have a valid work visa. Sounds like they're just increasing the number of unemployed immigrants. Why would they do that? They can't be profiting from it somehow, right? It might be too late to ask this now, but what is an NPO? I've heard of an NGO before. Of course, to give a simple explanation, NGO stands for non-governmental organization. On the other hand, NPO stands for non-profit organization. Both are independent from their nations and are operating to better social welfare. In general, the ones that are restricted to specific fields and act on a local level are NPOs. Those who act on an international level and cover multiple pursuits are referred to as NGOs. I see. I think I get it now. But if that's true, then this NPO isn't making anything better at all.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna have to do some more research into this organization. Thanks for all your help, guys.
You're welcome. I hope you figure it out.
Come on, there's no need for thanks. Just join me for our next game of Mahjong and consider it even.
Don't be such a stick in the mud.
Making workers quit their jobs. I don't see where this is going, other than perhaps exploiting them somehow.
Oh, it's actually warm out.
Hope you're having a good one, listeners. Today's news briefing comes
Let me ask you something.
So you want to know about the people my suppliers employ, huh? Well, I gotta imagine they use their fair share of migrant workers. Don't they ever talk to you about them? Figured you would have known more. I mean, they don't exactly fill me in on all the details, but I guess I have been hearing some strange things about them lately. Things that even got me concerned. Don't know if it's what you're looking for, but I can share it with you if you'd like.
That would be very helpful, Mr. Bradley. Did something happen?
Right, well, where should I start? Apparently a bunch of migrant workers at one of the factories just up and quit recently. All over a few days, too. I thought it was some sort of strike at first, but it doesn't seem like that was the case. There's been no contact from either from the workers since.
That is certainly worrisome. Were there any warning signs?
From what I've been told, management had no idea any of it would happen until it all went down. The ones who left were known to be pretty serious workers, too. None of them showed any dissatisfaction with their jobs at all. But regardless, they all got up around the same time and called it quits. I think they said something to the likes of, "This job doesn't suit me," or "I deserve better." It's pretty strange they all gave the same reasons for leaving. Not to mention how these were the last people you'd expect it from. Sounds like this was instigated by someone. Any word about possible third parties? Well, I wouldn't say that I'm that informed, but I heard a little something about those workers being seen talking to someone on the outside.
I see. Whoever that someone is must have quite the influence on them. But quitting so suddenly, what were they planning on doing after they left?
The factory was worried about the same thing. They even asked them if they had any other jobs lined up. I guess the workers seemed pretty confident that things would work out. Maybe that person they were confiding in gave them some sort of grand opportunity.
I wonder, do you think it could be someone related to that NPO from before?
Yeah, it sounded pretty likely. Well, anyways, it's about all I know at the moment. I should mention, though, everything I heard was just complaints from my supplier.
No worries, you've been a great help.
Yeah, you've really given us a lot to think on. Okay, so we got a lot more information than we thought we would. Why don't we find a place where we can sort through it all?
Shall we head back to Station Street? That way we can update Conrad on the situation as well. And with all the people in that area, it's possible we'll be able to pick up on some extra info along the way. I think it might also be a good time to inform the guild of any developments.
Right, let's get going.
And now for the latest news.
So we're getting the guild involved. Makes sense, missing person, they're not criminals.
Alright, as it stands now, I think we have a pretty basic idea of what went down. I'm a bit hazy on a few of the details though. Let's just start by putting everything in order. The base assumption is that the ones going missing are primarily those from the north of Zemuria. They're also all migrants that don't have work visas. They quit their jobs all within the same time frame, but vanished immediately after. And the ones who told them to quit were from the MPO. But the question is why? What could they possibly stand to gain from getting migrants to quit?
It's also worrying that those who left seem to have cut off all communications.
We definitely still have a lot of questions about the whole thing. If only we had something more conclusive.
Why don't we just go to the source of the problem then? Let's find this MPO person and make them tell us what's going on.
Problem with that is we don't actually know which MPO they're a part of. Huck didn't really give us any solid information.
Well, Anya, is this that part-time you were talking about? Toa! She might know. She's smart and well-read and well-connected. Kind of the GOAT. She's kind of good at everything. Oh, Miss Toa. Other than Agnes and Elaine, I don't think I've had the pleasure of meeting you all. I'm Toa Herschel, one of the temporary teachers at Aramis. I also work to assist ICO, the International Cooperative Organization. It's nice to meet you. Are you Agnes' teacher? Toa Herschel is also the chief instructor at the branch campus of Thor's Military Academy. I've heard she's quite the central figure there. Not only did she manage to engage its current students, but its alumni as well. Well, I don't think I'm worth that much fanfare. On the other hand, I've heard more than my fair share of stories about Mr. Arkwright. I must admit, I've been looking forward to making your acquaintance.
It's just as much an honor to meet the rumored genius of Thor's. I'm told you got your hands on in all sorts of places.
Perhaps we'll have the opportunity to work together sometime.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. You know, actually, there are a few things we're struggling to understand at the moment. Think you can lend us a hand?
Miss Toa is associated with an NGO. Would you happen to know anything about the NPOs currently operating in the Republic? What? Are you having a problem with one of them? Please tell me everything you know.
The group began to apprise Toa of the details of their current job and what they learned about the suspicious MPO. However, her response was outside of their expectations.
She is also investigating fraudulent NPOs. Let's go. That's my GOAT. I had no idea this is something you were investigating. The NGO I'm currently associated with does its work to support area-level NPOs. The ones I'm looking into at the moment haven't been as forthcoming about the results of their activities. Naturally, there's been a bit of suspicion. Given the timing, I can't deny the possibility that it might be connected to the ones you've been hearing about. Also, I believe their stated intentions are to aid the employment of foreigners with special circumstances.
Well, I can't say for sure that they're the same organization, but it seems like it's most likely the lead at the moment.
I agree, but would you mind allowing me to accompany you in your investigations? This could be exactly what I need for a breakthrough in my case. I won't hesitate to give you my full cooperation. And even if it isn't, it's still related to an issue with the MPO. It's my duty to follow up on it. You mean you'll help us? That would be great.
Yeah, I would have been satisfied with just a few useful tidbits, but having you with us would be way more efficient, even if I do end up owing you one. I look forward to working with you.
Yes, I think our odds will be much better with her along.
Well, now that we've welcomed you aboard, do you think you could share any more of your recent findings? Maybe you want to help us figure out our next steps.
Actually, I do have something. I have a friend who's been looking into this group as well. I've been waiting for them to contact me with whatever they found, and speak of the devil.
Who's the friend?
Hello, sorry about all the extra tasks. Did you find anything useful? This friend of hers, I get the feeling they're not a member of the ICO.
Inside the NGO, our friends would be... Never mind. There's no sense in worrying about it right now.
Who's she talking to? I need to know! Is it one of our friends? Yes, I actually found another group that was looking into a suspicious MPO. It seems to be for a separate incident, however. From what I've heard so far, I'm pretty sure the NPO we're each looking into is one and the same. Anyways, you said there was movement over in the Cinder Marsh? I'll head over there now to check it out. Sorry to keep you waiting. They managed to find something after all. As I mentioned, we're almost confident that the MPO I've been looking into and the one from your case are the same organization. Their official name is the Association for Better Migrant Working Conditions. ABMWC? That's not very catchy. To think they're not only misappropriating funds, but they may also be involved in the disappearance of migrant workers? I can't believe it. Miss Toa.
Regardless, it looks like we know what we need to do. You said something about there being movement over in the Center Marsh, right?
Then we should hurry. If we're quick enough, we might be able to catch them in the act. Following that van and the rest made their way to the center marsh. I forgot how they say it. The marche, marhi. He looking a little well dressed. You think that's the person we're looking for? Let's catch him before we lose his trail. Barry can play good cop and I'll play bad cop. No, we can't. He might just be an innocent bystander. Yeah, if we approach the wrong person, it could alert the guy we're actually after. We're running out of time though. As soon as we get some confirmation, we'll make a move. We get to trail? I see. That person just now said he was from the Association for Better Migrant Working Conditions, right? Yeah, I'm not from Calvard, so he was asking if I was unhappy with my job. He said that in order to find more quality work, I should quit as soon as I can so that we could talk about other opportunities. If I'm being honest though, I'm much more interested in having a stable income. I turned him down. Van? Yeah, he's gotta be our guy. The name, his methods, there's no room for doubt. He can't have gone far. Let's follow him. Yes, we need to put a stop to this. There he is. The street doesn't seem to be as crowded as the others. Do you think he's going to meet someone? This might be our chance to find who's behind all this. Let's try and keep out of sight. I love tailing missions! Did we really lose him? I don't think we're losing him. There goes my hero. Watch him as he goes. Oh shit, I'm almost found. Oh! That was so close. Okay, stop moving. I think we can jump him. I believe that gate leads to the old sewer system. All that sneaking must mean they've got a secret meeting going on. Well, it's definitely not the kind of place the employee of an MPO would drop by. The alley's pretty narrow. If we all try to cram ourselves in there, we'd be caught in no time. Mind giving us a hand, Ketra? Oh, I see. Sure. Theo should have no issue getting in. They'll be able to survey the scene for us. Theo, don't let them see you, but transmit everything in your surroundings, okay? Understood. Pursuing target in stealth mode. Sending visuals and sound to Katra Zypha. And how was today's harvest? Not as good as I'd hoped. Or not as good as I'd hoped. They seem pretty content with where they are. I'm planning on going back to the construction areas of the suburbs. I had better luck over there. Well, I guess we do already have enough for that first camp. We shouldn't get too greedy. Anyways, delivery's right after this. You'll be there, right? Yeah, after all the trouble I went through, I'll be sure to see them off. Besides, I wanted to ask the people up at the top who the client was. It's probably better if you keep your questions to yourself. Anyways, I'm heading down to the subway to find some runaways that fit the bill. Well, if something comes up, just give me a holler. Did I hear that right? Yeah, it seems to be more dangerous than we thought. We also cannot allow them to get away with this. Or we absolutely can't allow them to get away with this. Is that a hyper-realistic dog? Yes, it is. We love our hyper-realistic dogs in trails. And all under the guise of trying to help. It's just too cruel. We have to do something. The target's leaving. Split up, search for clues? Sounds like he was heading to the gathering place. Alright, let's keep after him. Yes, we should hurry.
Alrighty.
I fucking love tailing missions! I love to sit around and watch a man walk. Okay, he's not moving. We can just run him down. Get the fuck back! I'm here to beat your ass!
He's using a car. Looks like he's headed to the suburbs.
I was able to take down his license plate number. However, even if we manage to find a car, it's unlikely we'll be able to catch up to him. Maybe my friends will know his destination. Can I have a minute? Who is on the other line, Toa? I need to know. It's important. Hey, you mentioned something about movement in the suburbs earlier? A bus that was transporting people? That has to be them. You saw it somewhere along Highway 8. Highway 8? And man was heading to the same direction.
And that's our next stop.
Sorry that this was so sudden, but I appreciate the info. We'll look into it on our end. Don't worry about the rest.
Good luck. Give us a call if you need anything else.
Who is that? Alright, it looks like we've managed to figure it out.
Didn't think we'd end up relying on your friends again so soon. Let's go see what these criminals have got cooking.
We'll put a stop to whatever they're planning.
Check out what I have on offer.
How do I leave?
Hey there.
Go to Highway 8.
This isn't what we agreed to. You said you'd get better jobs for us. Where are you even taking us to? As I said, I'm taking you to your new employer. It's just as we agreed. Besides, it's not like you were able to find anything better in the meantime, were you? Damn you! I should have never listened to your crap! You have no right to refuse. You're coming with us whether you like it or not. You're all living outside the law, don't you see? Just stay quiet and do as you're told. See, you finally decided to show your true colors. Sorry, but the Delore family won't be getting away with this one.
How dare you take advantage of these people? We're putting an end to this. Yeah, he did look familiar. You target people looking for help just to do something like this? And just so you know, we've been recording this entire time. I'm sure there's enough for a quick conviction, too. Thanks for scouting ahead, Fio.
How did you find us? Mark Red Solutions. Ain't you the ones who landed us in hot water last year? Glad to hear we left such a good impression on you folks. I don't gotta explain what we do with scum like you now, do I? We don't exactly bring out the tea and cookies. You're the recruiter from the Delore family, right? Pretty bold if you sent foot in a trade even the live film you won't touch. You assholes must be so proud.
All slave traders are the same. The only way to deal with them is to beat them senseless. That's right. Proceeding with area lockdown. All bystanders, please retreat to a safe distance. Don't worry about the people on the bus. I'll make sure nobody gets past. So with what is it called? Not Gyat. But Toa do got the Gyat, but like the other thing. The gun. The Blicky?
You think you look down on us? You're not going anywhere. I'll make you regret sticking your nose where it don't belong. Maybe if you get on your knees and beg, we'll consider going easy on you.
Let's see what you're made of.
Oh, they don't know Reset got that like big fire hose energy.
I won't make this easy.
Honestly, just get him like right here would be best.
Now's your chance to use a shot. Here's my chance. Might want a boost here.
Big fire hose energy.
I won't make this easy.
Full boost. Initiating drive. I'll protect you.
I don't think anyone's gonna hit this man.
Got your number. I won't lose.
Oh, and the Nebula's cannon is just gonna delete everyone. If it doesn't kill everyone, I'm gonna be surprised how strong these guys are.
Got your number.
One skill coming right up. Here I go.
They're super dead. I almost want to like catch or just blow them up.
Hang in there. Go ahead.
deletion!
No way!
Damn. Playing on Nightmare, by the way.
And if you're looking for someone to blame, take it up with your leaders. Alright, now let's get them tied up.
Who are Toa's friends?
Damn it, they ruined everything. Well, if I can't win, I'll at least make sure they lose.
Think again. Toa really kind of got all that back there, huh? I'm staring respectfully.
How did you?
Let's just say I have a lot of experience under my belt. Besides, there's no way I was about to let you go after all the harm you caused.
And you really, what? You really thought we forgot about you? You must be the king of wishful thinking. Yeah, no dice, man. You got a hell of a lot to answer for. And you better not skimp out on any details either. Fine, I surrender.
After that, the man pretending to be a part of an MPO was thoroughly interrogated. The Delore family's foray into the slave trade was indeed a decision agreed upon by their higher-ups. However, the shell company that was used as a front for the MPO was originally meant to receive illegal grant money. As for the reason they seemed to be targeting people from the north, the culprit had no idea. It was deemed to be knowledge above his pay grade.
Thanks for handing them over for us. We've had our eyes on the Delore family's activities for quite a while now.
Oh, was she just like close to Hercules?
I'm glad we could have at least put one of the schemes to bed. Anyways, is it really okay for us to speak to the victims right now?
Don't get me wrong, I'm only giving you a few minutes. I mean, even if you do have connections to Kincaid, just try and stay out of trouble for now, alright?
Okay, I'll just try to keep my head low.
Excuse me, Agent Hubert. Yes, we were able to apprehend all the Mafia's collaborators. Hubert! Is Hubert, one of the students from Thor's? Hold on, I gotta look it up. Hubert Thor's Military Academy? Hubert Thor's Cold Steel? Oh shit! Okay, yeah. He was actually for the intelligence division, I remember. And he had this whole story too. Okay. Almost forgot about that guy.
We still need to confirm with the 2nd External Affairs Division if it's related to the prior incident. From what we've learned so far, it seems that their client. Yeah, given the demographics of the victims, I have no doubt that it's related. We'll have to do investigations into their backgrounds. Is something wrong, Agent Hubert?
It's nothing for you to worry about. Anyways, I'll handle the follow-up. The Integrated Analysis Division should come to a decision once we receive all remaining details. We'll talk more then.
Well, as it stands, it sounds like we'll be formally taking charge of the investigation. We've appreciated your cooperation thus far, but seriously, keep your hands to yourselves for now, okay? Yeah, no need to tell me twice.
Yellow, how you doing? Happy Friday. Hope you're having a good one. Mr. Fantasy Life Gamer. From the looks of things, you were gonna finish up the game tonight, right? Well, I suppose since we found all the missing immigrants, we can consider this job a case closed. Yes, I agree. However, I'm a bit worried that we're unaware as to why they were targeting migrants from the north of Zemuria. Their client was in need of people within that demographic. As for what reason, I really don't know. Yeah, it doesn't really seem like the guy was lying about that part either. Come to think of it, that guy from the CID said they were still worried about that particular client of the Delore families.
The demand for people from the poorest walks of life. It's not hard to imagine what they plan to do with them. Turn them into soldiers?
Yes, but we don't have any proof of any further intentions they may have. We'd have to do more of a thorough investigation.
Well, that can wait for now. I think we should worry about getting these people back home first.
Multiple trips. This car has 7 seats. After taking a quick count of the people on the bus, Van and the others escorted them back to the capital. Upon arrival, the group went to report back to Conrad on the outcome of the job. So that's the end of the day. It was the Delore family behind it all. We're not completely sure why they had such specific targets, but we did manage to bring everyone back safely. Thank goodness. I'm glad I asked for your help after all. I must say I'm surprised this was a scheme by the Mafia, though. How could they be so cruel?
I'm worried the victims will have a hard time recovering from the trauma. Yes, it's a valid concern. And as migrants without valid work visas, they have very little protection under the law. They were manipulated out of their chance for stability. Even if they were to report their damages to the police, they might just end up being arrested and deported. The guild should have no issue with taking them in as a form of humanitarian sanctuary. But I suppose considering their unlawful status, there would be a limit to how much they could do if officials were to intervene.
You'd probably have to dismantle all the laws from the past century to get anything done, man. This sucks. How do you want to deal with this, Chief? Well... Damn, that's rough. I mean, we gotta stick with Conrad, man. The systems are not in place for them to have good lives. If they're on the run, if they had to leave their country, of course they had to leave with good reason, you know? Conrad, keep doing your thing. Help them get jobs. I prefer to leave this up to you, Conrad.
Man.
Well, I suppose it's part of my job. You just want me to place them all back into stable positions, right? I don't mean to sound so unsure, but is this really how you want to handle things? I get the feeling you're someone who actually cares about these people. Plus, you got the editor-in-chief vouching for you, right? Sounds like a good guy in my book.
Honestly, I'm not so sure about this.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like you're leaving it to chance.
Yeah, but I mean... the government's hands are tied. Getting that much paperwork on them is not going to be conductive to, like, them being able to work.
Look, these people must have some pretty good reasons for taking the risk to come and work in the Republic. And given that Conrad's done all this before, I'm sure he's more than familiar with all the ins and outs of the police and immigration authorities. Which means he can get them new jobs in practically no time at all, ain't that right? Yes. And I'll make certain that whoever employs them this time isn't looking to harm them. You have my word.
As a member of the guild, this isn't something I can officially condone. Are you sure this is the choice you want to make, Van?
Yeah, Spriggan's gotta be steadfast in their decisions, you know? I think this is the best way to deal with the situation. Besides, it's not like I plan to leave it up to this guy alone. I don't trust him that much. If he goes back on his promise, I'll make sure he pays for it.
Alright, I suppose we'll see how it plays out. Naturally, if anything happens, the guild will have no choice but to intervene. Just so you're aware.
Anyways, thank you for all your help. The workers were saved and I don't have to keep looking over my shoulder. I'll deposit the money into your account as soon as I can. Works for me. If you ever need help with anything else, just let us know. I have to make sure I give my thanks to Cunning again, too. Well, I guess I'll be heading off now. I need to gather the crew and discuss our steps going forward.
I think it's about time I'm on my way as well. I'm sure we'll have plenty to discuss at the next ICO meeting. We'll probably have to do a bunch of research too. Thank you so much for all your help, Miss Toa. We wouldn't have been able to solve this case without you.
Yeah, I heard you were good. You really pulled out all the stops. I might even come to you for help on our future jobs.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment. Farewell, Anyas. Good luck with everything.
We're done here, right? This whole thing's left a pretty bad taste in my mouth.
Damn, she fucking booked it right after walking away, huh? Hold on, I'm kind of tired of slouching. I've been kind of like slumped over in shrimp posture for the past hour because I moved my mic a little closer. I'm gonna move it back up and I'm just gonna like sit up straight like a real human. Oh man, that feels so good. Only problem with sitting up right now with the way the mic's positioned is I genuinely only see 10% of my monitor. Alright, back to normal. Damn, feels kind of nice. I should have just had my mic here the whole time. Maybe I should practice good posture while I stream. Y'all sit up straight.
I think we can go ahead and call this a case closed. We should keep this whole situation in mind for the future, though.
Yeah, if those villains ever show their face again, I'll tear them a new one. I'm sure the guild will have to raise their alerts after hearing about all this. If this is just a hint of what's going on in the underground, we might want to deal with the situation before it devolves even further. I'm worried that something like this will happen again. Van and Toa seem to have their suspicions of who the mastermind is, though. What the CID said about certain demographics being targeted, maybe...
So they're kind of on a little more than I know. So I'm curious to see what they're thinking. Because I don't know who they'd be, why they'd be targeting Northern Zemurians.
Alright, tell me what you learned in our main investigation.
I still haven't been able to find any details about their plan. However, it seems like there's a chance they mean to take action soon. I assume that's why the CID has been on the defense against the second generation recently.
So that's how they're connected. I'll continue the investigation on my end. Depending on what it entails, I may have to get help from Angie or George. And the incident that Reen was worried about could also be a part of this.
Reen mention! Fuck Angie, George is okay.
Regardless, the ball's in our court now. We need to find out exactly what's going on. As those who dealt with the Shadow and the Empire, you might say it's our duty.
Right, this isn't about the Republic or the Empire, it's about the future. Let's give our best going forward, Crow.
Crow? It was Crow the whole time? I thought it was Hubert. I miss Crow.
All in a day's work. Reward deposited.
Oh shit, wait, I really needed that, I think. Is the gray one that gives you more evasion? I don't remember which one was the evasion.
Modifying your ornament, are you?
The evasion mare. Yep, it was this one. We're never getting hit again in our life.
I'm Mare.
Welcome back.
Custom hollow.
Welcome back, Dodge Tank Man. We even really didn't need Mare Gray for this. Because we're already at 82% without boosting. But the counter damage is really nice. Same with the speed.
Let's see. I need to buy...
Alright, yeah. See, crazy. We're 2 hours in and we've only covered 4 districts practically. 3 districts. Old Town, Riverside, Station Street. Nothing else. The housekeeping is very, very real.
Planner launched.
What? You expecting thanks?
What's next?
Oh, we got something for that too. So gray alignment maxed means we get the Amburo. We're not going to get that, are we? All these like max alignment ones are going to be really tough for me. I'm so like around everywhere. Like we're not like hard focused into like chaos or like shit like that. Anyways, Amburo was just like the big defense court, so it's like not like I care. Defense feels like such a dumb stat.
Are you?
Alright, y'all remember to hydrate? Oh no, on my nose. I can kind of feel it like coming in. Like the usual. I talk for a while, my nose gets stuffy. I blow my nose, I talk again, my nose gets stuffy. The endless cycle. Some would say a Sisyphean task. I too am the centrist, the fence sitter. Oh. I guess. I feel like IRL, my politics are maybe a little more extreme than most.
Business will be better this year.
But, you know, the resolutions the game tends to give me seem to pretty much be smack dab right in the middle.
Then let's head over.
Yeah, you don't think you ever maxed out any of these? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because some of them feel kind of weird. But some of them are funny, like for the bit, like when you send like Hayaway after like a guy. Inspector Daswani? Welcome back to Inspector Daswani. Are you in the middle of an investigation?
Well, I wouldn't call it an investigation per se.
I didn't drink my water. I said hydration and all I did was blow my nose. Hold on. There we go.
Now playing in a theater near you. Take wing.
I wouldn't call it an investigation per se. I just got a bad feeling lately. Like something big's coming. I figured it might be a good idea to patrol around town for some information. Just in case, you know? I'm sure that must seem plenty old-fashioned to you young folk. Who does all their investigating by foot anymore?
You know, Daswani? Is it weird to say he gives me like Date vibes because of that? I mean, it's like the outfit too. Like I look at his outfit and I could like imagine like a Trails Daswani. Or Daswani. A Trails Date.
A story of blood-stained earth.
Of course we don't think that. We're just in awe of how thorough you are, Inspector Daswani. I mean, all of our colleagues look up to you. Except Daswani doesn't fumble every opportunity like Date does in Yakuza.
Yeah, they really do. Stoic investigating, swift situation assessment. There's so much you can.
Alright, wait, that was Nancy. Fuck.
They really do. Stoic investigating, swift situation assessment. There's so much you teach us.
Well, I suppose it's rather nice to know my juniors are paying attention. But anyways, if anything happens, just be sure to contact me.
Oh wow, how is he always so cool? Yeah, no kidding. Much better than Nate.
The Nate slander. It's fair. Nate is kind of a fuckboy.
Come to think of it, Nate's head has been in the clouds instead of his work lately, almost as if something is weighing on him. I'm not about to insinuate myself into his private life, but the sooner he gets back on solid ground, the better.
Leave it to Inspector Daswani to use old tricks to break new ground. Man's got Nate for a direct subordinate. The fact he hasn't given up on him says it all.
Damn, Nate really is the kind of like disappointment of the bureau, huh?
A lot of newer officers either shrink in fear at Inspector Daswani or write him off as a relic of the past, but his track record speaks for itself. The man climbed his way up the ladder one rung at a time. If anything, we should be tipping our caps to him.
Bro gets respect. We love to see it.
I found. Look at those clothes.
So I think I saw someone walking, so we're just kind of like sitting around waiting for him to come back. Gone forever. Oh, they came from north, I see.
3-point heat.
Abby?
Now playing at a theater near you.
Last of Us?
Take wing and soar above the court.
Do you remember the Idol Duo that showed up last year? They stopped performing at the concert hall right when I decided to go see them. Or they were out at the mall.
We embarked on a journey.
They sure were, we saw that.
Claim what was rightfully ours. The saga of Ravana, the return of the king.
You're always up to date on the latest trends. I appreciate the flattery. I'm not super keen on joining the entertainment world. Something else lined up. Biggest one in my books is why she seems to have it in free all the time. I've always seen Marilyn as a
story of
closed book.
blood-stained Earth, and of how a young band of soldiers
No need
managed
to worry for
survive
my sake. I found my life's
100
calling.
days. Now
To be
play.
so confident. Have I talked about how fucked up it is that a kid got named Sloth? That was Sloth, right? Heard about the supposed entertainment maestro, some guy involved in producing all these successful, super successful movies and events, but never shown himself in public. Guy's got to be pretty experienced. Okay. Yeah, they're just them talking about producers who make a lot of good money off of good movies. Hearing about the maestro, something shows for it that really makes you wonder who they might be.
Thanks for stopping by.
My. This is positively
Who named their
delightful.
kids after an Ice Age character? Wasn't his name like Remy or something? What's Remy from? Sid. It's Sid the Sloth. What's Remy from? Arkwright Solutions Company get together. You ready to know what happened in Nemeth? Oh, the cooking rat, right. Thank you, it's Ratatouille. Everybody's dancing in the palm of that asshole's hand. Pisses me off like you wouldn't believe. Me too, Aaron, me too. Anyways, current turmoil doesn't allow for anyone to take a back seat. Just be sure to watch yourselves out there. He's not like up here fucking around, is he? He's not, okay.
Eastern cuisine is delicious.
Well, if it isn't Ben, fancy meeting you here. I'm glad to see you're all doing well. Oh, hey, Cody, Lamb. What's you going over plans for that big collab you mentioned? Got it in one, Van. We actually just about finished filming for it, too. All that's left is a little fine-tuning and drawing up a layout for the final scene. We managed to work out most of the plans before filming, but Cody and I couldn't help but adding a few additions. There are quite a few surprises in this one. I believe the ending will be even more provocative than either of us expected.
Sounds like you two are pretty fired up about all this. Can't wait to see it in theaters.
Well, you got all done,
Can't talk.
Well, you've all done your fair share in helping us both, so we're planning on inviting you to the initial screening. Just you wait, kiddos. It'll be one for the history books. Thank you again for your assistance on Nemeth Island. It was a tense few days, but that only made it all the more memorable for better or worse. Perhaps that's also why my last meeting with Director Cody feels like such a distant memory. At any rate, I look forward to bouncing ideas off one another. It was a joy to see a project take shape. Oh yeah, Aramis Academy is holding their school festival in April, aren't they? Production should reach a good stopping point by then. Maybe we'll swing by and see what kind of passion those kids can drum up.
Damn, just thinking about it, we've been playing this game since February.
May I help you? Thank you.
Kunming, where you been this whole time? Just had a few errands to deal with. Sorry you had to cover for me. I went to a martial arts training camp. She doesn't need to know I was there as a spy though. My lips are sealed as far as Hayaway is concerned. Okay. Yeah, I'd be finishing this game next year if I was trying to talk as every one of these guys. New Bravely Legends volume, that's an instant buy for me. Gives me the freedom to enjoy my comics out in the open. Ah, so they're reading on their phones. Speaking of Bravely Legends, last week's chapter featured a stark deviation, weaving elements of the underworld, fresh and captivating. I have to wonder what spurred it on. They were a mess of them, fucking around. Oh, Albert. Oh, hey, Albert.
And yes, so the business you mentioned having to take care of this afternoon really was your part-time job. Speaking of which, I completely forgot that I was scheduled for a shift today. I wound up having to cancel my appointment with Odette at the last minute.
Oh, Albert, don't go overexerting yourself and, if you're tired, alright?
That's a funny thing to say given how much harder you've been working, Agnes. You seem to be managing pretty well for yourself though, so I won't harp on it. Well, if it's rest and relaxation you need, there's nothing more refreshing than a trip to the sauna.
Oh, sounds pretty tempting actually. Hold on, since when did you have a stake in this conversation? Now. I've never been to a sauna. I should go. I've only ever been in, well, okay.
Yeah,
I take it back.
Really nice.
I've been inside a sauna maybe like twice in my life. But they were like as a kid, so I didn't really get to like sit down and appreciate it. Same with like spas and stuff. I feel like it'd be pretty nice. I did go to a hot spring when I was out in Japan. That was a good time. We went to this hot spring that was like at the foot of Mount Fuji. I remember being like pleasantly surprised because when I came back from Japan and started watching Eurocamp Season 2, they went to the exact same hot spring that I went to. And it was really funny because they had almost the exact same story happen in which they got like, I wouldn't say lost, but they got stuck out there in the fucking dead of winter in the middle of the cold. And for us, when we went out to that hot spring, we missed the last bus, or we didn't have tickets for the bus taking us back to Tokyo. So we walked our ass over to the nearest station without like a clue of like how to get back. Like pretty late too, maybe 8-9 o'clock. It wasn't last train time, but it was damn near close. I don't know what we would have done if it was the last train, if we missed the last train for the night. But you know, we managed with my like basic understanding of Japanese, and just happened to get back home that night, which was crazy. But I remember it being hella cold with like no guarantee that we'd make it back to our like Airbnb for that night. It was a wild time. Japan was a good time. I really want to go back. I do need to like brush up on my my language though. How could I let my work schedule just slip my mind like that? Clearly I'm in need of a good long break. Yeah, for those wondering, it was, let me go to let me look at like the Eurocamp episodes. Because I kind of want to talk about it a little bit. It was like season 2. It was, I think it was pretty early in the season. New Year's solo camp. It was episode 5. Yeah, Lake Yamanaka. They go out camping there and they didn't realize it was gonna be fucking cold and they didn't have anything to like survive in like winter camp type beat out in the highlands. And yeah, this is the one I went to. Lake Yamanaka hot spring. Mostly doing this for like trip down memory lane's sake. I think it was not that one, not that one. It was off of the lake, sort of. But not exactly on the lake. Let me look at photos of this one. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is the one. Probably like the biggest one. Yeah, it was cold as hell because it was like right after New Year's. So we were like stark in the middle of winter. Right after the hot spring too. And a really good view. I could have stayed in there for hours probably.
Please take as much time as you need.
The world from Solaris. I don't know if I need Proverbs of the Warrior, but I'll buy another. Just in case.
I hope to see you again.
We'll check the guide to see if there's any like essential purchases before we like close out this chapter.
What news?
Recent surge in phone usage made it easier than ever to analyze trends. Selfies are getting big, I see.
Welcome. I hear the new
How's your brother?
super good.
Holding a school festival soon. Thinking of going to one of their events for a while anyways. I can invite Kirk to come with me. He enrolled in high school. He's at the right age, more or less. All he does now is play basketball on the streets. Shame Lola's at Sunday school right now. His father just called with the most wonderful news. It's been one business trip after another, but he's been away more often than not. Papa's coming home. Happened to bump into one of them during a shopping trip. Next thing I know, we're friends. They introduced me to the fellow housewives. We love a prospering community.
Welcome! Thank you for coming. Please stop by again.
Well, it's been remodeled a number of times over the years. Macmillan Cafe has stood in this spot for over a century. Trying to keep it running well into the future.
Oh, lots going on. Is that Aslan from Chronicles of Narnia? Giselle's hanging out with the cat, Kageyoshi. Kind of looking like, kind of reminding me of Celine. Wait, was that her name? Yeah, that was her name.
Seek out never-before-seen treasures.
It's been so long,
Curtain
almost like...
unfolds on an all-new adventure. The
Almost...
Adventures of Rockford, Golden Calamity.
Has
In
it
theaters
been
now.
2 years? No, right? I haven't been streaming that long. When was the last time I played Reverie? Okay, I mean a year, about.
Point Heat. Now playing at a theater near you. Take wing and soar above the court.
You never get any less
and blaze a
adorable,
trail for those who
Kageyoshi.
follow.
You know, the owner told me a few things about you. Said you're a regular kitty detective who can pick out bad guys and see trouble coming an arduous way. Is that true? What am I asking? Of course he can.
We embarked on a journey to reclaim what was rightfully ours. The saga
Rumor has
of
it that
Ravana,
anti-immigration
Return of the
terrorists are on
King.
the move again.
Now
There's no
playing.
reason to doubt it either, from what I hear. It's hard to picture them pulling off anything major, though, now that they've lost their funding from Russian. Then again, you never know what people like that are capable of once they're driven into a corner.
A story of blood-stained Earth.
Speaking
And
of
of how a
anti-immigration
young band of
terrorists,
soldiers
the True
managed to
Grievance
survive.
Brigade was a real force to be reckoned with back in the day. They used gunships during their attack on the trade conference, as well as those autonomous weapons they got off the black market.
When did I start streaming? Do I have an anniversary? Has it passed? When was my first Cold Steel 2 stream? Oh, we missed it. By a pretty wide margin. Yeah, I started streaming in February of 2023. Crazy. Damn, kind of wild to think about though. Like, we've kind of been going like week for week pretty consistently for 2 years. Who'd have thought? I mean, I would have been doing this regardless, right? Holding the meeting for Mr. Aslan today was a spur-of-the-moment decision. Owner of Macmillan Cafe kindly agreed to use the terrace. Attention everyone, I'll be handing out numbered tickets. Please form orderly line. Excuse me, I've been a fan ever since your debut, Aslan. I've seen all your races, working to overcome your meager beginnings. Beating out all the others, only half the sponsors. With only half the sponsors. And when you finally picked up a Inger, that was the push you needed to make it to Z1. It's been so inspiring to watch you climb the ranks. Aslan, you're my hero. You really know your stuff, huh? Thanks for standing by me for so long. I'd never be worried I'm today without support like you. Anything for you, Aslan. Everyone's saying you have a real chance at snatching away Maxim's 4th victory. Whatever happens, we'll always be here to cheer you on.
Thank you very much, I appreciate it. You know, I've been striving to match Maxim's skill ever since I saw him race Z1 for the first time. And tomorrow I'll finally be able to measure myself against the best of the best.
I think I've seen this guy somewhere before. Was it in the papers?
That's Aslan. He's a Z1 racer like Maxim. Said to be the Red Comet's new rival, actually. Even though he's pretty young, he apparently beat out all the top racers. I heard he worked pretty hard to do it, too.
A serious and refreshing personality. I'm sure it doesn't hurt to be, doesn't hurt that he's kind of a pretty boy. No wonder he's all the craze lately.
Can't be more disappointing than that other racer we know.
Seek out
Maxim Slander. Well deserved.
Unfolds on an all-new adventure. The Adventures
Kind of do my level best. Okay.
In theaters now.
To my fellow racer, the esteemed rival. Your integrity and passion for the sport really shines through.
Aslan's a really incredible guy. The Aslan Glaze. Freezing bucket of water sort of cool is interesting.
Take wing and soar above the court and blaze a trail for those who follow.
It's nice getting a chance to hear from my fans, knowing that all of them are counting on me to deliver help sharpen my focus. I'm gonna give it everything I've got tomorrow for my sake and theirs. I kind of like his hair.
Rightfully ours. The saga of Ravana.
He do kind of got the fuckboy cut though. He really do. But I dig it. I respect it.
I've already confirmed that on our end, though.
On to the assignments for the political debate and corresponding interviews for 2 days from now. Langdon will handle President Graham Hart. Marielle can accompany him. Okay. I think we can trust to cut the hard-hitting questions without crossing the line. Dingo set the bar she wanted to reach. Now that he's gone, she probably won't be able to make that of herself anymore. She already developed a reporting style. Never doubt stopping moving forward. Okay. He was always brown-nosing President Rocksmith to curry favor from the previous administration. He's probably going to spend the debate fawning over President Graham Hart. Okay. Drawing a line in the sand, he's still maintaining diplomatic relations with foreign powers. We know that. Man, I did eat dinner, but I'm kind of hungry. I must have not eaten enough.
They all look pretty good.
We have merchandise for the movie on sale at the shop.
How long did we go yesterday? Is today going to be a shorter stream than yesterday's stream? Yesterday's stream was 2 hours, 40 minutes. Okay. You know, that's not too far. It'd still be longer if I stop at 11. Theater's much more comfortable. Oh yeah, the theater opened up again. Cool.
Thank you for your visit today.
It's close to where I live. Movie going in a familiar environment is the best and only way for me.
Showing on Screen 1 will soon begin.
They mentioned rehauling their sound system, and sure enough, it's easier to pick out the finer details in audio.
Proceed to the entrance.
I need to watch more movies again. I've been really bad about watching movies. I think the other day I talked about how I was like watching more, but I kind of stopped again.
We have merchandise for the movie on sale at the shop.
I've been sitting down trying to watch the ending of the second Hobbit movie. And once I get into that last hour, it's not that it's boring, but I think my problem is it feels weird to just sit down and watch a movie and not do anything else. So like I kind of don't do it very often. Your patience is much appreciated. The renovations for the time-consuming affair. Okay.
we're now able to provide a more comfortable experience.
Indeed. If you have a ticket, please proceed to the entrance.
Are you aware of the name and style of the studio that produced it? Here in Calvard, there are multiple companies. Yeah, each have its own unique flair that characterizes its work. We'll watch some movies.
Merchandise for the movie on sale at the
Got some
shop.
time to kill today. Nothing to stop me from catching a movie or two this time.
Why not buy a souvenir to remember your visit?
So we haven't watched any of these. Return of the King? Wait, I was just talking about The Hobbit. The Saga of Ravana, The Return of the King? Sounds so much like Lord of the Rings. Historical epic.
Thank you for your visit today.
How many are in your party?
The
Who are
showing
we
of the
taking?
screen one will soon begin.
Who would appreciate this?
If you have
Wait,
a
let me
ticket,
look at
please
my...
proceed to the entrance.
We might min-max. Who's close? Reset could watch a movie, and Elaine can watch a movie.
Welcome.
We can't take Elaine.
Well,
if we can't take Elaine, Judith is pretty close, so we'll do a Reset
We
Judith.
have merchandise for the movie on sale at the shop.
Okay, but now I'm wondering if this is the best movie to watch. Daybreak II. You can visit either a Spirit Cinema in Terrell or Stardust Cinema in Treon. You can watch both movies in this segment. You can't exactly bring anyone to watch the movie. The companions call them. Okay. So we do want to watch the Saga of Ravana.
Why not buy a souvenir to remember
And then I
your
guess in the
visit?
other theater, we're gonna watch Pon the Crop Muncher. That's 3 tickets to the Saga of Ravana, Return of the King. It'll be 600 Mira. Yep. Movie time. I really like the outfit for Reset with like the hairband too. Long ago in the Central East, there lived a cruel and heartless king named Valen, who sat upon the throne of an ancient kingdom. He laid heavy taxes on his people, and all who opposed him were met with the executioner's blade. He ruled his kingdom with an iron fist. Around the same time, a hardy country boy named Sindhu met a warrior by the name of Kiara, who managed to escape from the capital. She was Valen's half-sister, and when she informed Sindhu of Valen's misdeeds, he knew he could stand by the wayside no longer. After bidding farewell to his adoptive parents who raised him after he was abandoned, he set out for the capital together with Kiara. Along the way, the pair crossed paths with an old knight who seceded from the royal army. From him, Sindhu learned the truth of his past. He was the legitimate successor to the throne, and Valen stole his rightful place as king. After his birth, he was nearly assassinated over his claim to the kingdom, but was able to escape with the help of his nanny. Armed with the determination to reclaim the throne, Sindhu returned to the capital at long last. As the royal army laid eyes on the gallant swordsmen on horseback, they saw Sindhu as the physical manifestation of Ravana, a mythical god. Oh.
Let those who have ears hear my words, and those who have eyes behold my face. My name is Sindhu, true heir to the throne.
If you do not wish to perish, we beseech you, clear the way.
My king, the front lines have been breached.
Worry not. What can this rabble hope to accomplish? 17 years ago, that boy escaped the hand of fate. But one can only outrun it for so long.
You disgust me. To think that I share a bloodline with such a vile monster. That won't hold true after today, because your life ends here!
A pathetic delusion for a pathetic traitor. The gallows are much too merciful an end for one such as you. I shall send you to the great beyond with my own hands!
A man's character
is determined by what he chooses to protect.
You chose poorly, Valen. And that choice will be your undoing.
I should finish The Hobbit tonight. I'm gonna finish The Hobbit tonight.
I believe they made use of one of Alzheimer's epic poems as the motif for the story, or the movie. Seeing how well put together the production was makes one wonder how much the film industry will grow in Alzheimer from here.
Heard a lot of different companies from there played a big hand in the making of this movie, even though Vegas Films was the lead producer.
Ah, I see. That would certainly explain the high production values. I wonder why the theater in Treon Mall isn't showing this movie.
Well, Vallis Investment Bank is the Treon Mall's biggest sponsor, so I'm guessing that has something to do with it.
It's so much better watching a movie like this on the big screen, don't you think? Especially after all the hard work Zara put in while they were filming.
That was Sarah on the left. No wonder she looked kind of bad.
I can believe it. Or I can believe it. This is a tough genre for your first big role.
For sure. Not only did she have to nail all those emotional line reads, she had to learn how to sword fight and ride a horse too. The pressure was on, so she asked me for some pointers. That's why I did some one-on-one practice sessions with her. It looks like all her hard work paid off. I'm so happy for her.
Hey, looks like they're selling commemorative brochures, of course, every time. Having finished their break, Van and his crew resumed their work.
Feels like I haven't been here forever. Kind of annoying how far the mall is from my house. I'm gonna watch Saga of Ravonna today. People are saying it's so flashy it hurts. It wasn't that flashy. It's pretty good though.
I hear that new movie is out of this world. Want to try something?
Blueberry flavored popcorn. I'd do it.
Come again.
I've got some what can I get for you?
And Spring Melody.
Thanks for shopping.
Spring Melody is here. Okay. Zero Times gave it a real boost. Ice cream truly is a thing of endless possibilities.
We embarked on a journey to reclaim what was rightfully ours.
Spirit Cinema reopened without a hitch. Couldn't be happier. This is the place that made me fall in love with movies as a kid. It means the world to me. Alright. Damn, that is wild how much housekeeping.
Time to depart.
I wonder if it'll keep going. Like after we do like one mission, everything will reset. Didn't get a chance to go to the Longport Lunar New Year Festival. That's where they show the Dragon Chariot. And then sell it to the auction, yeah. When they mistakenly arrest Vice President Fawn the other day, I listened to some reports. Longport serves as the base of the Eastern Syndicate Hayaway. The Shadow Syndicate runs deep there. Been a while since I've seen Arkwright at the wheel. Oh yeah, we have kind of been naughty and twin for most of the game in here, huh? I appreciate what you've done for us in the past. Whenever something big happens, you need to inform your local law enforcement. CID managed to secure a member of the anti-immigrant terrorists not too long ago. We're asking citizens to share any information about any suspicious individuals, objects, and potential propaganda. Pretty big decrease in mafia-related fraud. Cool.
I'm sure the police will be able to help.
Oh no! Now's the perfect time to invest.
Email is becoming more apparent. Most people still don't know how to use their T-phones for emails, I see.
Good grief.
Oh, I'm so in love with this brand.
Welcome to Erland, sir.
Erland brand's incredible. Quality materials meant to last forever. I'm getting advertised. That one fast fashion shop in Treon Mall has grown quite popular lately. Thanks to mass production, they're able to sell stylish clothes for low prices. Not a bad idea. But as someone who finds clothing durability and individuality more appealing, I'd rather shop at other brands. That's true. I think I'm pretty similar in that way too. Like, I don't buy a lot of clothes myself, but the clothes I do buy, I do make sure to get them like good enough to where I can wear them for like years. If you have any questions about styling options, please don't hesitate.
Oh, I hope to see you. Oh, I hope to see you again.
That and like small
Those guys are so cool.
business type clothing. It's only like a pebble stir away for this world to fall, apparently, if you think about it. There's a lot that can go wrong for like Zemuria to just blow up. There's constant crises.
Film starring actresses Judith Lanster and Nina Finn.
Alright, so Kirk is being a deadbeat. Stop pushing yourself so hard. What do you get for acting tough? Oh, that's all you ever do. Forgot you had a sister. I think we should hang out sometime. Wonder what having a family is like. Damn, that's crazy. It's not like anything special. You're trying to throw me off my game. Farley doesn't have any siblings and her parents aren't around either. She's always putting other people's concerns over her own. Is helping other people really such a good thing? Yes. We love to help others. We derive fulfillment from helping others. It's definitely better for him and everyone if you just open up and speak his mind. I took a step forward, found a place where I belong, so I have no regrets. Did we need to win a basketball game here again? Kind of weird to see Eddie running a stall here. I just bought some roasted chestnuts from him, did a little bit of chatting. Still isn't being completely open with me. Okay. Alright, that's enough emotional talk. We're here to ball.
Okay, let's begin.
Oh, he's actually kind of making it hard for me. So his last name is Herschel, right? Yeah.
Nice.
That's my goat. My favorite. That's wife.
Not happening.
Nice moves. Nice moves.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Wait, he's kind of going crazy.
There. There.
Too bad.
Found some supplemental reading. I don't doubt it.
Yeah. Nice moves.
Nice.
Nice moves.
Victory's mine.
We didn't need to do that for anything.
Latest news from our news desk.
Woody, you wrote the letter. Figured you beat me up again. I actually want to apologize.
We have an update on the recent
I know it's a little too late, but don't worry about forgiving me either. Felt kind of bad you went through all the trouble for something stupid again. Want to play basketball? Why would that solve anything?
For both of this year's film festivals, prompting a deluge of ticket reservations for either venue.
Those guys are so cool.
Is this another monster? We can do that. We'll check in with the hotel. We'll do the monster sub-story. Probably won't take any more than like 10 minutes.
Gonna eat something?
Nate. It's you guys. Look, I'm off today, so just leave me alone. You reek, dude. Have you been drinking already? Well, wouldn't you be drinking if you got dumped by your girl? Honestly, This was a long time coming. That girl really put up with so much for this guy. I don't know what she saw in him. You know, we argued on and off last year, but our relationship was pretty steady. But then I went and forgot all about our date. I was really focused on my investigation for once. Of course, I went to apologize, but it doesn't look like she's gonna forgive me this time. Why does this always happen? Sounds like adults have it pretty rough, huh? Not that I really get it. The guy probably can't keep a girlfriend because he's so shallow all the time. Now I'm back to being a bachelor. Why doesn't anything ever go my way? Inspector Daswani's amazing, isn't he? I mean, he's even got a wife and kid.
Hey, welcome. Don't be a stranger.
It's only being dumped and not NCRD. I could be worse. He could be in the chair. Had trouble getting quality soba flour after what happened in Cray. Want to make soba for as long as I can. I know that's going to be a dense one, so I'm just checking with everyone else first.
Consider this.
Having a talk with the Russian Trust Bank soon. Considering the public faith in banks plummeted last year, they'll have to take a chance on me. Roselli is currently out at the moment. I think that girl's matured recently. Young lady seems to have been taking it in stride. Something going on with her papa. Rumsfeld is out escorting Miss Brazelli on a tour of the capital today. Rumsfeld told me he'd rather go himself. Okay. Yeah, or the rope. The rope is a less desirable option. At the end of the day, I need to make sure she's safe. It's part of the job.
Okay.
Oh, and Toa. Toa.
Alright, then it sounds like this program should proceed as planned. Was there anything else you wanted to go over?
I think you've just about covered everything. Honestly, I'm rather impressed with your performance so far, Toa. We might even have a chance to end the conference earlier than expected.
Well, all the material Princess Zeta gave me was so thorough, after all. I couldn't have done it without her. I'm glad to hear that, Miss Toa. Oh, is that Arkwright Solutions I see?
It certainly has been a while, we haven't seen each other since Nemeth Island, no? Have you learned anything new recently? Oh, we're still hunting for clues at the moment. Been pounding the pavement in the meantime.
By the way, why are you here, Miss Toa? Are you working on something with Prince Sherrod? Hello, Anya, Sven. It's nice to see you two again. I'd like to thank you both once more for your assistance with that Force Brigand. As a member of the ICO, it wasn't something I could simply ignore. I'm glad we were there to aid one another.
You mean to say you worked on a job together recently?
Remind me to ask you about it in full detail later, when you have more time perhaps. By the way, were you all discussing the upcoming international symposium? The political debate earlier?
That's right. Now that tensions have managed to ease up a bit, I feel it is a prime opportunity to lay groundwork for building future relations.
Alzheim simply strives to aid its neighboring fellows. We'd like to forge a more peaceful environment going forward. As such, we've been supporting Miss Herschel and making plans for her talking points.
So, this is all about creating a positive rhetoric with our neighboring countries, right?
It may seem a bit like a far-off future, but we're making pretty good strides to getting there. Yes, I believe so too. That's a pretty big undertaking, but if it's for the future of Calvard.
So, heard we have you to thank for marking Swin and Nadia down for a temporary leave of absence.
Yes, I know they were listed as short-term foreign exchange students, but I didn't want them to be this to be the end for them. I figured if they'd come back, they'd like to continue with their school life.
I agree.
Those two have overcome a lot in their life, and I want to believe they'll be able to overcome this as well. They've spent so long relying on each other, they don't even consider leaning on other people around them. But even so, they took a chance to depend on you, Mr. Arkwright, isn't that right?
Well, that's...
Help them, please. Miss Toa?
Don't worry, we'll bring them back. You can count on it.
Indeed.
I see 4. Cause Sherrod could get it too, no?
I'm grateful that's what happened at Nemeth Island. That what happened at Nemeth Island didn't end in tragedy. If there was even one misstep, there's no telling what could have gone wrong. Going forward, we must act with our utmost vigilance in regards to the 1000 Oathbreaker.
Alrighty.
Speaking with Miss Toa has taught me so much. She's quite impressive. By the way, I can't help being worried about these substitutes of yours. Well, I'm sure you'll have no problem finding them. You've dealt with much worse in the past, no?
The Garden Master character that popped up recently seems to be quite dangerous. And that's not even to mention the Oathbreaker. There is very little information available on them, if any. But I'll be sure to update you if we find something. Thank you.
Design-wise, I only see 2, but it's acceptable to say 4.
Good grief.
Fair, fair.
So in love with this brand.
Yeah, fair. Alright. Subway time. Or sewer time?
This looks like a good spot to rest.
Cool that it just takes us straight here. But it would have been nice to have like a dungeon.
Give me your worst.
Over here! All for you! A chance!
Oh, I think we can hit both of them, so...
I suggest we strike now.
Excuse me, but nebulous cannon.
Shining flash. Now it's my turn.
Nebulous cannon plus cataract wave.
Activating drive.
Bring it on!
Full boost. Go all out.
Resist!
One steel coming right out. This is Legion.
Activating skill.
Here I go. Full boost.
I wish Crystal Eden did more damage. I feel like Crystal Eden doesn't do nearly as much damage as Cataract Wave.
One steel coming right up. Here's my chance.
Like, that was 22,000, right?
Hit them where it hurts.
Crystal Eden, which should have hit harder, was only 17? Oh, 24. Okay. 2,000 more damage doesn't feel worth the cost.
Output maximized.
Keep it up. It's working.
Initializing drive.
Initiating drive.
Seen the reset when? Not that kind of game.
This is Legion.
Activating skill.
But these two are probably my favorite of Daybreak, probably.
One steel coming right up.
And Katra's a little young for that.
That takes care of that.
Reward deposited. Here goes. Here I go.
I've got this.
What was Law?
If modifying your ornament are
If I remember, Law sucked. Regen gain 6 CP after acting. Well, no, I think the 100% counter is probably better, even though the range is kind of ass.
Good grief.
Okay, and we'll just do like one quick little scan through black light. It's still not exactly at 11 yet, but I should probably like go and get like a real meal in myself before the night before the night's over. A couple of shops.
Want to rest here? Do me a favor and decide already. Come back whenever you like.
Gabriella looks like she's going through it. How's my favorite little psychopath over here?
I have some good books on sale.
Oh, Van, where have you been? You had me so worried. I'm only allowed to kill only I'm allowed to kill you, alright? Me, your lover.
You even hear yourself? What do you mean, lover?
Well, I just get so upset without you. It's so lonely down here after all. I long to feel the touch of another. To feel my blade sink into their flesh.
Is touching the same as stabbing for you?
I see you haven't changed. You should probably keep your distance, Van.
I swear I'm not her boyfriend.
It's been a while since I've heard him say that. Whenever I see a strong man, I can't help. No, maybe a book will help me calm down. How about the one with all those torture methods? Hey, is she really alright?
No clue. All I know is she won't listen to a thing we say to her.
What would you like? Please stop by again sometime.
She a little freaky like that.
What are you looking at?
What do these guys have to sell to me?
Something from me. I promise you won't regret it. Ah, you fancy these too,
Viper
huh?
Bite Extreme. That's actually kind of good. We'll get 15. Now, I don't know if we needed the coquettish scarf, but I'll buy 4.
You come again.
I can hear someone in another stream saying I can fix her. Would you want to fix her though, is the question, you know? I feel like that's the appeal.
I was able to round up a lot of quality girls today. Sure, they're beginners, but just you wait, they'll be top sellers in no time. Okay, don't you think Eden might be a little too advanced for them? You have to take care of them in the meantime, guess we don't have a choice.
Alrighty.
Talent seeking is scary sometimes, and no big deal, mistress to take care of it. That knockout competition over at the arena seems popular, but the crowd gets noisy sometimes. Okay, we don't trust. Oh, hey! Giordano!
So, when I left Mesodom, I handed ownership of my shop over to this girl that's practically my sister. Anyway, she sent me a letter recently, told me that a few old friends had stopped by.
Oh, really? Thought I heard he was heading that way. Well, whatever. It's nice to know all the good Dingo's done has really been helping people in the long run. Here's hoping his soul's resting in peace.
I'll drink to that.
Did you hear what we were talking about just now? About that stuff that happened over in Messeldom. I mean, you run into any stories about Dingo while you were there? Yeah, I got a chance to talk about him with one of our clients. I can't tell you all the details, but it's obvious he left a trail of good deeds in his wake. Well, whatever. I'm sure it was life-changing. I imagine your client wanted to thank him for the help, too. If only. Well, we were able to accept your thanks instead. That's gotta count for something, right? We just have to make sure to pass it on when we visit his grave. Suppose you're right.
Indeed.
You know, I have to thank him for getting me into this gig as a taxi driver, on the reason I could walk in the daylight again. It was around the time we left Messeldom to become a writer for Meld. Those are some hard times for us, but things are better now. A world without Armada would have been nice for Dingo to see it.
I don't know why I hear swinning that way. Swinning?
That girl Dingo seems so fond of. Heard she's been doing pretty well for herself recently. I see her articles in the Terrell Times on occasions. Got a feeling she'll be making it big in the future. I'll be cheering her on.
Get out some fun before you go. Don't get too naughty.
Come on over and say hello.
Dynamite bar. No, I'm a little scatterbrained at times. Actually forgot. Let's keep drinking till you forget.
I made these special. See you later, cutie.
Hell yeah!
Come on, man! Kick their ass already!
Don't back off!
Okay, Blacklight's looking pretty empty this session. The doctor. When I heard they're trying to carry out some grand human experiment, the DG cult could have sworn they were destroyed years ago. Karma really can be a bitch sometimes. Look, forget I said anything, alright? I only pray that those souls have found peace, but do I even have the right? Damn. She's comparing herself to the cult?
What's up? You'll be fine so long as you take the recommended dosage.
I mean, fair. She is out here, like, experimenting on people.
Ho ho! Got a great lineup at great prices. Come again soon. Ho ho. Got a great line. Come again soon.
Been a while since you showed your faces down here. Remember to keep your eyes peeled. Wait. Yeah, I figured. What with the legacy and the nuke, we've been in the spotlight a little too much lately. Could you maybe explain who exactly these forces are? Heiwa, Jaeger Corps. We need to be more careful moving forward. Let's switch up our path while we go around the Blackblade District just in case. Yeah, that's fine. Paprika. Don't you think the events at the arena have been pretty popular lately? It's been good to let loose. Seems the anti-immigration activists are getting more vocal again. I've heard even the anti-immigration terrorist groups now. I'll have to keep my guard up. Maybe it's the True Grievance Brigade. They did attack the International Forum in Crossbell a few years ago. Did they? I thought that was the Liberation Group.
Alrighty.
The reason I've been able to survive in the shadows for so long is because I'm sensitive to danger. Unless they're talking about the group at the end, at the beginning of Reverie.
I'll be seeing you.
Glad to see you're safe. Sounds like you know a lot about this stuff. Wait. Had to learn a lot about the Paradise locations in the Republic. Pretty impressive, right? I've been working with the military, the police force. Even got involved with the Grossrooter at one point. Try to keep my distance, though. Did you know what was going to happen on Nemeth? No idea. Really, it's just some random remote island. Did hear that Paradise is crushed by the Society. Okay. Glad we were able to put an end to it all. Glad to see you're all safe. It's been over 10 years. Time certainly flies. But I got so scared when I heard Oathbreaker showed up. I'm glad to see you safe. Any new gear?
Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Nah.
Please stop by again.
And last guy? Joe Browning. We've seen him around. I'm gonna have any chance of being that bastard, I have to do more. Revenge lights a soul in your heart. He beats every single guy in the arena challenges, no less. They should let me go into the arena. I would go into the arena. That'd be a fun little side story. Yeah, okay, all that's left is Treon Tower and Center Marsh. Just thinking about both of those two areas, they're probably the biggest areas in all of Edith. I really should go and eat. So maybe we'll save that for next week. That'll give us some time to warm up to like any main story beats, I think, so. I think that'll be it for me tonight. For everyone who stopped by, for everyone who stuck around, thank you so much. Always appreciate the company, as always. Happy Friday. Happy Saturday. Tomorrow we got 1,000 Times Resist. We are hopping back on. Feel like it's been ages. And then after that Sunday, we will be doing Mask of Truth, as it were. GG's. Thank you. Till next time.
Right, understood.
Wait. Last second demons. Peace. GG's.